Hello,
Hi,
you British fuck.
Alistair. So,
What about
last
you?
time,
I almost called him Arthur. I was like, what is his name again?
What's today's date?
today is the 4th of August.
1992.
That's even before I was born.
Evie,
I'm
don't
not
say
even born yet, dog. Am I a semen?
your
My mom,
thought.
my mom was 10. My dad was 11.
Wait, what year did we say?
1992.
1992.
Oh.
All right, anyway, last time on Ise Die, Evie is the one who did notes. So this is going to take at least a cool 20 minutes.
Hey.
Strap in, bitches. So, the hole that Naomi went into as a scorpion with a bow, that shit closed. We'll see her at some point again, maybe. Or maybe she's just dead, depending on the next time Rumi shows up. Cargo makes coffee and realizes he can't drink it. Kinesi tries to dig after Naomi because, damn, we really just sent her down there and she might be dead. Dane grabs Cargo, shaking him to ask where the totem is. Arl walks into the room, seeing the people and nods. Arl does a magic trick and produces the totem. Cargo, Dane, and Arl stealth one behind each other to sneak the totem back. Both Arl and Cargo try and steal the totem from Dane because he's hesitating or something. Doesn't work. Arl finally just asks to have it with grabby hands and then throws water on the owner as he flings the totem. I forgot about that. What? Taylor wakes up in the dance first world again. She is very different now, having experienced emotions that is not just pure joy and energy. They see features through the silhouettes that they see like human features on the silhouettes while doing their dance, but the features are fleeting. After work, the presence and nature of a body weighs on Taylor, making her slump to the ground. They say they love Buggy, but he's now more than human before fading back into the world, looking like Naomi, but with Dane's eyes. Just practicing sort of like mixing and matching features. Taylor groggily wakes up and goes to the kitchen, and then they start conversing about nature. Kinesi thinks thinks about Taylor's world a little bit too hard and pops over there. Very overstimulating. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. Meanwhile, back in the main line of this plot world, an RC car is toppled over in front of the guys. There's a glowing stone in it. Apparently, everybody just did not realize how small I was describing it as, so they thought it was bigger, but that's not fully important. Cargo manages to pull out the glowing stone despite Arl trying to bat him away. Arl suggests he put it back, and Cargo does. They flip it around to see where it goes. Cargo almost gets lost, but Arl and Dane keep him on track, just fully dragging him. I want to say, by the collar, but also might just be by the back of his torso, depending on how this man is built. Can you see Taylor see
It's
them?
basically the way we're doing it is Arl is now thinking, if I added a handle, that would make this up much easier.
Yeah. Kinesi and Taylor see them slightly comedically racing by, and they go to follow, and then increasing the comedicness of it, we enter a Scooby-Doo sequence while everybody runs after the cart. At some point, everybody switches clothes, and the cart is running after them. Also, you guys kidnap a skinny orc teenager named Devin. He tells y'all about Missy, who owns the cart, and leads y'all to her farm. Taylor asks if she can look like him. He says, yeah. Arl has a scooter, like a motorized one. None of y'all have seen that before. No, it was a Razor scooter. just a ankle destroyer. We'll get to Missy's farm. Arl goes blazing in after trying to lead the farmhands away and running the scooter into Shin. Like I said, ankle destroyer. Cargo stealths in from the back. Taylor, while still at work, casually walks in with Kinesi and Devin. Arl gets into Looney Tunes shenanigans. Carl starts a tense convo with Missy. She's not fond of him for almost breaking her stuff, and just asks about her after sneaking in. Taylor, Kinesi, and Devin walk in. Taylor said she doesn't know who Cargo is, which could move. Kinesi said she only wanted to talk, but sees things going bad and decides to leave. Taylor said that she was only there to meet and say hi. Cargo, in the meantime, tries to steal the gun that Missy had put on the desk to threaten him with, and obviously gets fucking shot.
Like, yeah, I don't know what Cargo thought there. What was the thought process?
The thought was that he wanted the gun.
The thought wasn't a thought, it was grabby hands.
The thought was the grabby hands that Arl did earlier.
He learned what grabby hands were that day and thought, I can do this, Lindsay.
Missy says make sure he exits, and that Kinesi is all right and can have a conversation. Cargo stumbles out and wipes some stuff, just some parts, just some items, because he is a fucking kleptomaniac.
Yeah.
Devin, which I know isn't a real mental illness. However,
For Cargo it is.
for Cargo, I don't know, that shit might be.
I don't think there's a thing. Actually, it might not be a mental illness. A mental illness requires a mental. There's not a thought behind those eyes.
There's no brain up there.
What that Cargo had to deal with. Maybe he has a mental illness that could cause him to do just repeated actions, and this is just an act.
Cargo has OCD with a stealing compulsion.
No, he's just short-circuiting.
Anyway, Devin runs away, rethinking his life choices. Taylor still doesn't work, but not quite as Devin. Goes to escort Kinesi back in to have a conversation with Missy. They ignore Arl being dragged out by the beefy farmhand / guards. They're just,
Pretend we do not see.
this is fully turned into a hand up to the face. I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know him.
Yeah, fully.
Kinesi sits across from Missy and introduce themselves to start their conversation. And that is where we left off last time. Let me actually see how long that took. 8 minutes ago. Under 10. Everybody give a round of applause.
Clap, clap.
But now tell me, what part of that was not important? All of that was important context for the
Not all
situation.
of it was important. Not all of it was important, Eddie.
No. We needed to state every single thing that happened. You see.
We needed a play-by-play.
Exactly.
So much of that could have been summed up.
No, we needed literally everything.
No,
You
at
needed
least for
like
me,
you
the
were
last
there.
part, the barn part, we did need a play-by-play. That shit was funny. But imagine if the note, no, I need to imagine if the note said, Khaleesi and Taylor pretend they don't know the others because they're embarrassing them. How stupid would that be? We wouldn't get the beauty that is Shin Destroyer 9000.
Anyway, so I feel like we had started somewhat of a conversation
Yes.
and Missy before cutting it off, but I don't remember anything that was said.
I said I had a plan, and then we had to cut, basically.
Okay.
I do have some things written down, but mostly we're going off of vibes and memory. This is a few weeks ago. First
Eddie,
of
what does
all,
that
You're
mean?
doing better than most, baby. I can assure you that you're doing better than most.
Eddie, what does this mean? What is this gift you sent? What does this relate to? Who do you not know who this is? Oh
Yeah,
wait, hold
no,
up.
no.
He's embarrassing me. I don't know who he. I'm sorry. It took a second to load. I was distracted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay. So you sit down in front of Missy. She.
Yeah, I'm gonna start an immediate roll.
Yeah. I'm gonna be so open and just say this. She looks pissed, but like she looks less pissed than she did a second ago, and you can kind of get a vibe of like that's just her face, or at the very least, that's just her demeanor.
Or at least I get the vibe she's not pissed specifically at me.
Yeah.
Great. By the way, I would like to ask a question. Would it, since Kinesi has been here for a fucking while, and her job is to, make shit, basically, is her job is basically to be an artificer. Could I make an intelligence roll for her analyzing the technologies that they have available and trying to recreate some shit that she had in her world into this world using the technology they have? Or more like thoughts of of things that they could make.
So I will allow you. Okay, what do you want to make? What are you attempting to have made?
Basically, here the reason she wanted to talk to her was because I had this thought out, but I didn't know how to bring it up or how to make it. But basically, she wants to show like basically just to compare notes, like she said.
Okay,
Are you good at are you good at charisma?
No, this isn't
and here's the
charisma.
thing
This is
though.
her show. This is me nerding the fuck out to the mechanic.
I know that's a
Yeah, but
but I specifically asked that.
here's the thing. I recognize that's what you're
Oh,
trying
you
to
need something
do.
specific. Sorry.
I need some sort of goal because
Okay.
what you're trying to make is
What
going to affect the DC
the
ability.
medicine in this world like? What is the world of medicine, the outside of healing magic in this world like? Like affordable machinery medicine. Because
Affordable
if you remember,
machinery,
I did say yes, like
like
medical
medical
machines
equipment.
help doctors. The world of medicine, they say the technological advancements in the world of medicine. How are they like in this world? Because that is the one thing I described about her world, that they had a very advanced medicine.
So this is largely steampunk. Steampunk is Victorian era typically. And if we know anything about the Victorian era, it's that their medicine fucking sucks.
Great, because that was my main thought. Just introduce these people to the world of actually healing your patients without healing magic.
Yeah, so like it's a thing of like it's kind of like it is better than Victorian era, but still largely like it's how am I supposed to okay. So it's a thing of like you outside of healing magic, which is a little bit rare because you have to find a caster, and you guys
Probably
have noticed that like casters aren't actually all that common, like full casters. Like you haven't met a lot of wizards, haven't met a lot of sorcerers, blah blah blah.
yeah.
Haven't met a lot of clerics. Do you get the vibe of this world that medicine is still largely herbal, like it's like natural stuff of like not quite like obviously that's still kind of what medicine is now. Well, basically what medicine is now at its base, but it's not like concentrated. It's not refined. It's still kind of like boil this leaf into a tea or like crush this and take it as a powder kind of medicine.
Yeah.
But this is a town that is largely not where a lot of those medicinal plants grow. And so medicine has to be shipped in a lot.
Khaleesi's thought process here is that from the shit that she's seen created in this town, it should be possible for them, if she gives them the blueprint, to make it.
So like what
machines that refine medicine, machines that check your illness, a fucking thermostat and stuff, like basic things that would help
Okay.
them heal their
Like
patients much
basic
better.
medicinal like supplies, medical
Like
supplies.
basic medicinal supplies, and if this shit works out, I have a long-term plan for this bitch. If this shit works out, she will introduce like hospital equipment.
EKG.
Make a fucking cat machine.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, yeah. I'm gonna roll. What do I roll?
Give me honestly, give me flat intelligence. It is going to be hard because
Okay.
a lot of those. It's the thing of like you're essentially having to Dr. Stone it.
Yeah.
May I
Everyone
argue
blow on the dice.
history?
Everyone blow on the dice. Put the dice up to the mic and gather your energies. I'm gonna spirit bomb this bitch. Let's fucking
I'm
go.
not gonna blow on the dice. You know my luck.
Yeah. The holy
I left
mother of
it out.
fucking God. Bro, are we sure we're not doing a bit campaign?
Yes.
Why do the dice love a bit so much? This isn't even a bit,
I'm
but
sorry,
you know what I
Cooper, what did
mean.
you say? What did you say before?
Was that to me?
Is that a
Is it
natural 20? Or is that a nat 1? It's very blurry.
20? I can't really focus it because I don't have good lighting where I am, and my hand is
Okay,
shaky.
fair enough.
I was saying,
So,
are we sure
Gabriel,
this
what did
isn't
you
a
say before?
campaign? Because the dice love me, and the dice only love me during bit campaigns. Either way,
Gabriel?
yeah, that's a nat 20 plus 5 for a total of 25.
Gabriel?
What?
You said something before that I didn't catch.
Oh, you could argue history because I shouldn't remember things.
Oh, she had a nat 20, so.
Yeah, either way, isn't it?
Honestly, history might be better.
Yeah, because you would have proficiency in it.
Yeah,
Well, even if you don't have proficiency in it, it's not like it's going to be worse.
yeah. Either way, from memory and from her working in the field of the science place. Sorry, I forgot the name. I had a good name for the fucking scientific advancement place.
You have, from what you know, you don't have everything that you need to build it.
Yeah, I'm
But
just drawing a blueprint. I'm drawing her a blueprint and explaining the mechanics of everything, basically.
because what I'm about to describe, give me a second. You don't have everything needed to build it. You're not sure
Mm.
if everything needed to build it has even been discovered yet.
Yeah.
But you have essentially drawn up blueprints for a like really old, like rudimentary X-ray machine.
Can I also add a medicine refinery thing that makes them into pills? Because that is a machine. The second you said they're only using herbs, I thought, wait, I can even make this better.
Like
Like
the thing.
one of the older ones, one of the ones that's more handmade than anything, basically.
Okay, like are you talking about something to compress things into capsules?
Yeah, basically the technology to compress things into capsules.
Yeah, you can do that. That's like
Yeah, that's extra rudimentary. I'm just like, introducing them to all the things that they don't have, so that their patients don't fucking get leeched.
yeah, like this thing. Making things into capsules is something that they would have at this point, but it's more of the fact of like the reason we like pills work so much more now is because we have like
Because we have
pure acetaminophen.
yeah chemicals. Next time I roll, I'll drop I'll explain how to refine them. anyways, she's just gonna show the first of all be like, okay, so the way she's gonna start this conversation is be like, okay, so you seem very good with making things, and that used to be my job, and where I come from, we had much better medicine than you guys do here. But after seeing what you guys can make, it feels like you should be able to make these things if I just introduced the blueprint, basically, or something along those lines. and she's gonna like pass over her notebook. And I just want you to check these and see if this makes sense.
I'm gonna look up something really quick. So I guess I'm gonna deafen for a second, that way I can focus, but keep the recording entertained, guys. Talk about nerd shit.
I mean, we could just do the misadventures of the dumbasses outside of the building.
Am I
Oh,
winning the fight
yes.
with the dog?
Yeah.
I have a question for the person who's doing this real quick because I kind of zoned out for a second, so I don't get to. What's currently going on? I know you're doing something with blueprints of medical stuff.
I
You're bribing
basically am
somebody?
introducing the steampunk
Talk to
world to
Missy.
modern medicine. I'm talking to Missy, the person who had all those big machines on her farm and the RC car.
And who shot you?
No, who shot at cargo.
Is that yeah. him. I could have cast guidance. That's what I probably should have cast. But it was still a nat 20, but I always forget what I have.
I rolled that and I was like, I'm gonna probably get a 1. I got a nat 20 and I was like, great, I'm gonna break these people's worldview real quick.
Your dice like
Yeah.
smart characters.
I think so. I think
You know,
Taylor's
it is
like
whenever you're
in the
intelligent.
yeah. I think Taylor's like in the corner next to the door, just watching like from afar, so they're not in between anything.
Yeah, Taylor's hearing
As
nerd
you
shit,
have
nerd shit,
all,
nerd.
yeah, but of course they're taking notes because like, great, I have no idea what they're talking about, but it sounds
You're writing
important.
everything we're saying in a notebook. You have no idea what the words mean.
Mhm.
She'll ask Kanisi about it later, and then she'll go on a 2-hour rant, of which Taylor will also not understand and just give up.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello, welcome back.
So I tried to find what the radioactive material that used to be used in X-ray machines was, but I couldn't find it.
Make a magical equivalent. I don't know, they have magic rocks here.
Here's the thing, though, because this is a blueprint coming from you. The thing was going to be like, oh, what is this material? But
Oh, I said that from knowledge she has of what they have.
Ray is
If
a
they- she
type of
can be-
radiation.
Actually, yeah, she just writes radiation question mark.
you know, 'cause here's the thing. B is like I had told
No.
you. This is not all of the things that are available.
Yeah.
So like it's still
It's just what's needed.
yeah. So like you wouldn't know if there's like uranium.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You might be able to assume that there is, whether or not they've
Yeah.
discovered it. And also, again, I couldn't find what that material was because modern X-ray machines don't use actual radioactive material anymore. They just use like electronics to vibrate something and
Yeah.
send the signal. I don't know.
So insert material here.
Instant material here.
She just basically, like, while showing her the blueprint, explains the things that would be needed and how this thing would work and what it would do. Not in an annoyingly fast way, in a more of just excited way, if that makes sense.
Okay. She like has the blueprints in front of her. And what does this do?
It shows, you know how people can break their bones, right?
Well aware.
Yeah. You know how sometimes you can't notice until for a bit, or you don't know for sure that it's a break. This allows you to see a person's skeleton, allowing you to see the bone being, if the bone is indeed broken, allowing you to treat it faster so it doesn't get worse.
Interesting. And you said that you got this from your world.
She did we tell her that we're from another world? Because I just said where I'm from.
I think most people know that we are like
Oh yeah,
kind
I forgot. But yeah, it's
kind of
from my
obvious.
world. We had a bit more. We were really well off in the medicine side of things.
Mm-hmm. So you're one of the travelers I've been hearing about. That makes sense, given the. And she motions to the side of her face that mirrors yours with the black hole.
Yeah, I've been trying to study it.
Tell me a bit about that. What have
I've
you
been trying to
remember
study if I
anything about
can
it?
harvest it. Yeah, I've been trying to study if I can harvest its energy for a power source, basically, that would be much stronger than anything we have. And also trying, I do kind of blip, and then she like pauses for a second trying to explain that, and then she just teleports. I can teleport 30 feet for free because I'm a Shatter Kai. She just teleports 5 feet to the right. She's like, this happens, and I
I think
can
you can only do
only
that once
control
per
the.
day, no? Or like once per short rest.
No, it's I
Proficiency
believe
bonus
it's another
times.
modifier.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's proficiency modifier. So proficiency bonus amounts of times. So I just used it like that because fun. She's just like, okay, yeah, I do that, but also to different universes, and I can't control it.
That's interesting.
If I
And
think
I
harder
would actually
about
love
the
you to
universe.
give me a insight check really quick.
Okay.
Can I do one from my corner that I'm overlooking this?
Yeah.
Hey, how much is my plus to insight? I don't know how good my fucking charisma
Nope, that's
is.
not good. I have pretty good insight. I just didn't roll
Charisma?
well.
Um, that is a 18.
Okay. And Abby, what'd you get?
Uh, only an 11.
Okay. Kinesi, you can see like coming out of your teleport. If you want to describe a little bit more what your teleport looks like, just for fun.
Oh yeah, I would love that. Basically, if you've seen Ouroboros, she gets sucked into the black hole in her eye. The black hole moves to where she's teleporting, and then she pops out the black hole.
Oh, ew.
As you pop out of this black hole, sort of, I imagine like reforming around it, sort of like an implosion, explosion kind of thing.
Yeah.
You see, it's not super prevalent. She seems like her face is very much seems to be in a like naturally neutral. Like she doesn't seem to be a very expressive person. Like on her
Yeah.
face, you can see like hints of jealousy.
I'm not gonna comment on it or anything. If I was playing some of my other characters, 100% would have bragged. This bitch? No, she just sees it as a way to pursue technology more. Yeah, and it also does some other things. It's what gives me my magic to some extent. It is kind of annoying. I did wake up in hell. You wouldn't,
Huh.
I don't know if you would have what hell is.
It's where demons and tieflings come from, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's, imagine a less, imagine a place, yeah, that, but another world's version of hell where you're just being tortured for so long. I'm
Oh,
90%
we
sure that's what
also
happened
are
here.
tortured in our hell, but it's mostly
I'm
known
sorry, I have
as
to go there. She says half at the joke, like, I have yet to go there.
Yes.
She tries as hard as she can not to think hard about that. She's trying not to think hard about the hell.
Yes, but our hell is mostly known as the origin spot for tieflings after the calamity and blah 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 blah. But that's not important.
That is very interesting, though. I'm planning to study this world's history more. I'm more engrossed in everything y'all have been doing in this town.
How good luck. The only reason I even know anything about that is because my father loves to travel. The history of our world is not very centrally kept. I don't know how different that is for you, but everyone has their own version of the story. Everyone has their
We
record
have.
that they may or may not.
She says it like she's just like nodding along, saying, "I see." And then she says, like, "Well, like you said, in our world it's a bit different. In my world, it's more people. We write everything down for everyone to see as they have. We started doing that as technology advanced enough for us to have. Do they have computers in this world, or would I just pause at the word computers?
A computer is a person who does math.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
A computer here is the original meaning of the word computer, which is a person who does math as their job.
Uh, we uses. She pauses for a second. She's like, "Fuck. We had these boxes that could share everything around and keep it there permanently. It's mostly unremovable. Some people can remove it who are higher up in the world, but mostly unremovable. When those were created, history was kind of set in stone, as well as books were just written. But the books were also semi-unreliable. You had some books saying stories differently.
We just get information just sent into our heads back in my world. So that's, I didn't realize how different that was.
Must be so. She just whispers, "That must be so She almost says convenient and then pauses and says, annoying but convenient."
Like most of our information is just music, added
Well,
to so. But like I said, it's not the same information. But that's basically how we get, know about other people who, join our world and stuff. It just gets, sent into our minds.
that made the voice in my head. That's how people knew I was there.
So, well, I mean, if you are in the
I might
world,
have
like
been in the
we
middle
know,
of
we
people.
know about you. So,
She paused for a second. She's like, I might have been surrounded by people as well. It was your world is very bright and loud. I could not focus.
think that, like, you're not a human, but I bet if I go back there, I should tell them about you. Like, because like none
Maybe
of
by
us
then I can
know
actually
what a
master this thing. She
hmm?
points at the black hole. She's like, she points at the hole. Says, maybe by then I can master this thing and go with you.
Maybe like we have no idea about black holes or any type of things like we have different planets and stuff, but what you talk about is something completely different about research and stuff. So
Yeah,
very
I would
fascinating.
be shocked if you were able to go back there of your own volition. It is quite frankly already astounding that your friend can. But travelers, when they come to our world, they barely leave unless they die.
She tilts her head a bit and she's like, huh, I guess I would be a special case. I don't. I really like the technological aspect and all the things I could research about this thing in my face. But waking up fighting a dragon once a week is very annoying and tiring.
Also, quick question: I don't know much about, I know more about the different worlds and stuff. But one thing that I've also realized with particular in my world is that the humans that I usually see past the veil, they're not these humans. So if and we come from many different worlds. So I think that the humans that I see in my world past the veil are humans from a whole other world. And so that is the world that controls my world. So there's like a human out there controlling me or something.
She starts writing this down furiously immediately, like writing
Yeah.
down like everything about that, and then writing down different world question mark.
Yeah. So in my
And
so
we
yeah, gotta get back to talking what you're doing, but I just have to say, in my head, from my view and what I know about my world, I think there's a human out there running this world, who controls what happens in this world. So I'm thinking a human controls it.
you could be
I
thinking of God. I don't know if you have that concept where you're from.
I mean, from what I could tell a little bit about, how y'all talk about, technically, yeah, because if a god creates your world and a human created my world, then you're not wrong.
Or language.
am any. It does. Okay. I One last thing. Not one last thing. Sorry, I removed that part. She's like, do you? I mean, yeah, if they can to technically control your world, it makes sense. And then she like shakes her head a bit at being side quested so hard. She's like, anyways, do you think it's possible? Looks at Missy.
Do I think what is possible?
The stuff I showed you. Do you think that I could acquire the stuff that would be needed?
This is Ro talking. The stuff for what? Because you mentioned multiple things.
No, no, no. For the X-ray machine, she shakes her head like at being side quested and comes back to the X-ray machine, basically.
Well, most of the components seem to be uh, accessible through our minds, or some that are relatively near to us. But there are some that I am unsure. I will need to look through these a bit on my own and do some experimenting.
Thank you very much. I just saw everything that you've made and was like, yay, someone to show my blueprints to and actually talk about this stuff.
Yes, well, as much of as I'm an engineer, I am a mage as well. It's what's unique about artificers. So this level of pure machinery I am unfamiliar with,
Right.
since my expertise is split between building and mechanics, but also being essentially there was my father told me stories that he heard of from a traveler who came from a world that I believe was something like yours, programming.
Ah, I could help, by the way, in the aspects that you can't do. I'm very willing. I don't know if you would want me to come back here and help. I'm just volunteering.
I will keep that in mind, but I
Um,
prefer to work in solitude.
okay, and then she pulls out a copy of the blueprint and gives it to her, and like hold, and like she pulls out a copy. She's like, and she no and waves it and says, "I also have one, so we'll just, I guess, see if you do need help. We could probably by then compare notes because I probably would have made some progress on it." Um, Also, may I ask you one question? Sorry, there's a machine that showed up in our house, and I know you don't go outside much, but I don't know if your RC car would have seen it, or you've heard of it, or anything like that. There was like a tentacle that showed up at our house, slapped one of my friends, looked at us. It had like a bubble of liquid, and it looked at us all, and then retreated down a hole.
A bubble of liquid on the end of it was a what it was a like gemstone looking thing that
Ah,
was
sorry.
mostly purple but with like blobs
That was me
of like
forgetting.
green on the inside of it.
Yeah, that was me forgetting. I will basically rewind and say I said that.
A purple gemstone with green on the inside of it. Are you sure?
Yes, it came out of nowhere. Our friend tried to chase it and now they're stuck somewhere.
I will come. If you could write down the directions of your home, I will
She
come
pulled
visit you.
a page out of her notebook and writes down. She rips a page out of her like fifth, seventh, I don't know what notebook we're on, and gives it to and writes down directions and gives it to her.
Thank you. I will visit you shortly.
Thank you very much. I'll stop annoying you now. You can go back to your work. Thank you very much for talking to me.
She
And
nods and begins to start writing things of her own down in a notebook that she pulls out from under her desk.
She gets
as we leave, I'm still in orc mode. I just give a formal bow and stuff like that dramatically. So thank you so much for your time, Missy. We will get out of your hair. And I place 5 gold down on her desk for your troubles.
Oh, you don't have to bother. Please stay put.
No, keep it. We will probably meet again, and it's probably going to be worth it. Have a good rest of your evening.
Okay.
Like, gives a bow and just moved out. Feeling. She's so happy. Taylor can see she is so happy.
Gabriel. You said that essentially was the newspaper is being given to her by one of the farmhands. Can you see, Taylor, on your way out, you see one of the farmhands that you had previously seen carrying Arl off and sort of tossing him out the door. You see is walking back in, kind of looking confused at a bundle of paper in his hands.
Did we see the newspaper bullshit?
Yes.
Okay. They took that?
And Gabriel, none of the players are there, but I would still like a bit of narration on what this woman is given.
She is given a newspaper, and if she opens it, she'll probably first notice the large blueprints in it. And then if she flips through it more, she'll notice a note written on the paper itself.
Would you like to read out the note, or would you like me to read it out?
You can read it out.
Again, and none of the players are here to see this, but I knew that this was coming up, so I wanted to give a bit of time to it. But camera pans sort of over her shoulder to allow the audience, though none of the characters, to read. Good afternoon. People know me as Arl, and you may call me that as well. I know you are quite the intelligent individual creating the radio-controlled car before even having radio. I thought you may enjoy something with a bit more room in it for your grocery runs. Vehicles like this were often used on my world in simpler times by those who worked on farms like this one. I was once in contact with a man named Henry, who made a company that mass-produced many vehicles like this, and I had a lot of time to pick his brain. Your friend, Arl the Harlequin.
Arl was friends with Henry Ford.
Arl was in hell. Where do you think that man
Oh
went?
yeah, you're right.
I introduced them to medicine. I introduced them to the Ford F-150.
And yet again, the audience sees sort of panning around to no longer be looking at the note, but looking at the blueprints, and then to Missy's face as she is just sort of wide-eyed with sort of shock and a bit of awe as she looks down at the blueprints. Expression that she did not have even when looking at the X-ray machine. As for the first time that we, as an audience, have seen her, and that, again, the characters have yet to see. She actually does smile as she runs her hands over the blueprints.
Ah, yes, of course. The one
Also,
making
for reference, I set this up last session.
Really funny, actually.
Also, Eddie, your
the one thing that one of my creations, a Ford F-150.
Or F-150.
Now they just need the Arctic Monkeys.
I was like, oh,
Like
Missy's
a
gonna
P1.
What's
run.
Mikey to say?
Missy's gonna run
Now they
cargo
need the
over
Arctic
with
Monkeys.
What'd you say, Eddie?
I said Missy's gonna run
Minutes
cargo
later, we
over
see
with
the Ford.
I have no idea what you said. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
I just said Missy's gonna run cargo over with an Ford F-150.
Yeah, and I also said a few weeks later, we just see Missy with a Ford. Actually, that's how she gets to our house.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and I swear to the Lord, I'll break your damn ankles if you don't buy this Ford. Also, Mikey, what the f did you say? I could not hear you.
Now they just need the Arctic Monkeys.
Yes. Ba-da-bum-bum. Bum-bum. Yeah. Arctic Monkeys is a band. One of their songs is specifically played a lot in Ford commercials as well as Home Depot.
I'll be right back.
I don't know. I would like to say I expected a bit, and I'm happy that you delivered. You said blueprint, and I was like, this is not serious. This is gonna be some fuck shit.
Yeah. We got the Ford F-150. Which he learned.
Before radio.
Which he
Before
learned
radio.
about.
Before anything.
Yeah.
We went from carts to Ford F-150.
We're like 2 generations from getting rednecks.
A week later, I walk out. Someone in a Ford says, "Your kind shouldn't be around here."
I like your kind around here.
We need Walmarts. We need somewhere for them to
I
hang
would
out.
like to remind everyone, Kinesi is a dark brown.
We need Walmarts and open carrying.
Here's the
Honestly,
thing.
you
Already have
fucking-
open carry. This place is damn near lawless.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Why are we making America? Why are we making America?
I don't know. Arl was in
We're
hell
2
for a reason.
generations away from rednecks, apparently.
I don't want to be in America, please. I'm tired of
here's
this
the thing.
grandpa.
I'm gonna be entirely honest with you. The other option was the Beetle, the VW Beetle.
And we have Bumblebee.
Yeah, the Nazi car.
All we
It was
need
either
then is
Nazis or
Fanta.
America. It was either
Yeah.
Nazis or Nazis, I see.
Ebby, you're buzzing. But yeah, so
You think
we
the
move away
inventor of the
from that.
Shinbreaker 9000
walk
wasn't
off
in
into
hell?
the sunset. Arm in arm. Me and Kinesi.
Arm in arm, we walk off into the sunset as Arl is immediately kicked off of the premises like a cartoon character.
I think
I'm
Dane was
thrown
just
out.
outside, weren't you? We just
I got my hat back.
Dane just now walks in, his hat like slightly torn at the edges from having to wrestle it back from a dog.
Dane was fighting a dog this whole fucking time.
It was winning. Hi, Jacob. I'm doing it.
Dane, take 2 points of damage from your fight with the dog.
Ah, poo.
I'm thrown off the premises like Jazz in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No, I'm imagining like Bugs Bunny being like, you know, the old Looney Tunes cartoon where you're kicked on the ass and just launched. That's what
That
I'm
is
imagining.
what I was picturing.
what does that mean? Like, was it Moe's from Simpsons? What's his name? That get kicked out, and he's still in there.
Out of mode.
But yeah, anyway, so
My
Image
point
of us walking out and Arl being launched next to us.
Gabriel, that is exactly what I was thinking as well.
where the hell was Maxwell for all of this?
Maxwell is just chilling.
Mikey, were you here last session?
Nope.
Maxwell's asleep at the house.
He was
Maxwell
like-
is slump.
Not
Maxwell is slump.
Maxwell.
He's practicing. He's swinging his sword at Aya again. His favorite activity.
Maxwell woke up to an empty house.
I made my party disappear.
Note on the counter that says there's food in the fridge.
He's just like,
So are y'all just heading back to the house?
I think so. Like, we should probably
Yeah,
lay
can you
low
do
for a bit. We did a lot, and I am not even. And Taylor's not even talking about what the other guys did up earlier that day. I'm just talking about what happened a few minutes ago. They don't know anything about earlier.
I'm unmuting.
Yeah, Maxwell, you're out in the front yard swinging your sword as you do. For some reason, this is your only hobby. That's not for me to decide. But you see your party members begin to return. Dane, you assume that one of them is Taylor because, like, it's everyone else and then someone you don't recognize. And then Dane looks fucked up a little bit.
hi.
Robot.
Go left. You didn't tell me.
What do you mean tell you? We tried to wake you up and you were in a coma.
That seems to be happening a lot lately.
I mean, I was asleep.
And we actually are going to take this second to actually rewind a bit.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't.
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
I don't. Nah. Can I? I would like to walk off stage. I don't like spotlights. They're bright.
So you try to walk off stage, and you actually, like that bit where like a cane comes around and pulls you off stage. A cane actually pulls you back onto stage.
Damn.
Right in the center.
Jacob, can you not?
So as you say, I was sleeping. You actually remember. Wait a second, I wasn't actually fully just sleeping that whole time. Maxwell, earlier today, you had. I don't know if you had just slept through the night and you were just slumped through like well past afternoon, or if you had went back to sleep.
He definitely went
I don't
back to
think
sleep.
Did somebody leave or did somebody join? What the fuck? What moved? Who the hell moved?
Nothing happened. I think
Somehow-
we might have.
Oh,
Bee
Bee
changed her
changed their name back to her name back to Kanisi because she had
Okay.
the other name on.
Yeah, because like I was just sitting there like, who the hell just moved? Anyway. But as you were sleeping, you sort of felt a change around you. Kind of like someone had moved you while you were sleeping, but not fully. More like the world around you changed. And it changed into something familiar. Something that you hadn't felt in about a month or so, a couple months. Where had Maxwell fallen asleep when he was first transported to
In
New
his
World?
raggedy ass bedroom.
You wake up there, the sheets itching, the bedroom in shambles as it always is, as the early morning sun begins to peek through your windows. And you realize that you are actually asleep much later than you normally would have been.
What? Whoa. Maxwell sits up. What the hell? Does he have his? Do I have my sword on me?
Yeah.
Uh,
If you would have had your sword on you, like, while you went to sleep.
yeah.
Like, you are back in the body that you were in when you left.
It didn't change.
Yeah.
Eyes are slightly different now. He takes off his sword from his belt and walks out into the common room of his house, holding it in case he sees somebody who he doesn't recognize.
Describe, just like briefly, who Maxwell expects to see when he comes downstairs or like walks out into the common room.
He expects to see nobody because when he left, it was a day or two before people were set to leave.
Who would he usually expect to see here?
His older sister, who would likely be at either the coffee machine or like just sitting on the couch reading the newspaper.
Usually your sister would be doing one of those things, but it is the final day before everyone is set to go, and she is not rushing around, but definitely still active, making sure that she isn't leaving behind anything that she'll miss. It's a one-way trip. Once everybody's on the ship, nobody's getting off. It's going to be time to go. Oh, Maxwell, have you gotten everything? Have you double-checked? I just want to make sure that we don't forget anything once we're off, you know?
Yeah. How long have I been asleep?
I only through the night. You were doing, you had done so much yesterday that I figured you were just taking a few extra hours to sleep in.
I felt like I've been sleeping for days.
Really? In a bad or a good way?
Eh,
Eh?
we're still to find out. You know how I am.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. If you don't have anything to do, Miss Deli down the road, she is going to need some help. She has a few more boxes that she needs help getting packed up and moved.
Okay. I'm always happy to help. You know that.
Yes, I do. Well, I am. God, I need some. We have all of our things, but I just need something to do. So, like it feels wrong to just sit idle.
We never can we?
Yeah.
So problem.
Like as things get finished up, it's like we just run out of things to do.
And stillness is our enemy.
Stillness is our enemy. Sit still too long and things start to catch up with you. Anyway, I'm going to go ask around to see if there's anything I can help with.
Before you
Yes.
do. He walks over and gives her like the biggest bear hug.
Crushing my ribs ever
Sorry.
so slightly.
Sorry. Just weird dream. Missed you a lot, even though it's only been a day or two.
It's been a night.
I'm loopy. Give me some grace.
Grace given. Anyway, I'm going to go talk to Bernard to see if he needs anything. He'd lose his head if it weren't attached to his neck, and his neck if it weren't attached to his shoulders. So I'm just going to make sure that he's not missing anything.
If he does lose something, I'm sure you'll find it.
I will.
Why are you so good at finding things? It's agitating.
Listen, the lost things of the world simply gravitate towards me. They come out of hiding when I'm around.
Ah, yes. Queen of finding things. I bow
Queen
down.
of the lost, queen of the abandoned.
I'll see you later. Don't do anything stupid. If you do, don't make it to where I have to fight anybody.
Oh,
My arms
please.
hurt.
If anyone's going to do something stupid, it'll be you.
But I get myself out of it.
I can talk myself out of it most of the time.
What about that time with the high school teacher?
Okay, he was being weird, and I was going to say it.
Yeah, and I had to spend a night in fucking holding cell because you talked your mouth off and I had to punch a dude in the face.
Oh, please. You wanted to punch him in the face anyway. You would have found an excuse eventually. That is the point. Don't sit here and try to tell me that's not the point.
I'll see you later.
I'll see you later. And you're off.
Actually, Maxwell first returns to his room and puts his guitar in his back. He wants to test something.
Yeah. So you go about your day, just sort of helping people where you can. Sometimes crossing paths with your sister, but not for more than a few moments. But eventually the day winds down again, and you go back to your room. Or you go back to your house. You and your sister sort of both coming back at around the same time. Her looking a bit haggard, her hair a mess, dirt smeared a bit on her face.
Looks like you've been in some interesting activities.
So one of what's her name? One of Morris's kids, they had like lost their favorite toy or something, and it turns out, while they were out playing one day without realizing it, it had accidentally gotten kicked off of the beach, right? Not the beach, the like cliff over like on that like leads to like that little like sandbar. You know, the one that nobody is supposed to go near because it's like really hard to get up and down.
The one we used to climb for fun. Yeah, I remember.
Yes, the one that we used to climb for. Listen, I'm not old yet. Okay? I'm gonna make
Aren't
this
you
very clear.
though?
My joints are no longer made of fucking rubber.
Sucks for you, because mine still are.
No, bitch, your joints are made of titanium. And one day that titanium is gonna rust and break, and you're gonna be as old and sad as the rest of us.
I'll be fighting till my last step. You know that.
Yeah, you're not gonna go into a grave as an old man. You're gonna go into your grave as a moderately old man and who wanted to still act like he was 20.
Fair. But you're gonna go in it with like so many things that you procrastinated. So who's really the loser here?
First of all, I do not procrastinate that much. Thank you.
How's that sketchbook coming?
I have other things to do, okay? It's not procrastinating if I'm just busy with other shit.
Mm-hmm. It is procrastinating
Anyway.
if you're voluntarily putting it on you.
Okay, well, fuck off. And go to bed, because I am, after I take a shower. We only have a couple hours after first light to all get onto the ship so that we can leave.
When you wake up, don't wait for me. I have my thing set. I'll be there as soon as I wake up. I promise not to be late. Even
Well,
if I did,
if
I
you
know
are,
you'd come here and drag me out.
Listen, I will be over there when we are supposed to be over there, but I'm not getting on until I see your ass in a seat on the ship. All right?
Okay.
I know you like this place, but we can't stay here forever.
I guess not. Love you, Macy. Night.
Love you, idiot.
Maxwell goes to his room.
And you fall asleep. Guitar, I'm assuming, still clutched to you.
Yep.
And you wake up, slumped on a table. No guitar. No itchy sheets. No Macy.
Guess it was too much to hope. He puts on a smile, and like they found him, he's out in the yard swinging.
And we come back into the present.
That was the most wholesome version of that cutback scene we've had.
Which makes it the most heartbreaking.
It does. Damn.
Y'all finally found out her name.
Yay!
Everyone,
Yay.
including Ro, because I forgot to send her a message with her name.
You definitely did. I just assumed that you hadn't chosen one yet.
No, Maxwell and Macy made sense to me.
Makes sense. Yeah, actually, I am going to ask you, how does Maxwell feel about being back?
It is a bittersweet feeling. When he woke up in his world, he knew that it wasn't where he belonged, and he knew that it wasn't Trevor. And the only thing that really stings is that he is here without his sister. But other than that, he is enjoying this new place that he gets to explore.
All right, and we are back outside. Maxwell saying that he was just asleep. Definitely not in a coma.
My good friend. Can you give us a hand on your shoulder? My good friend. Asleep means you could be woken up. I could have flipped that table, and you would have still been slumped.
Okay,
I think,
maybe spending
Taylor's
some
shift-
time
Yeah, I think
in a
Taylor
battlefield or two makes it hard to sleep. So when I do get sleep, I sleep like a rock. Not necessarily my
I
fault.
understand that. I'm saying we didn't leave you behind. We just couldn't wake you up. Also, if you saw what we saw, we had no time to wake your ass up. Those fuckers were chasing an RC cart. Points towards the fucked up Dane and R, who's just there.
Y'all look like y'all had fun. Y'all fight without me?
Nah, Dane lost
no,
to a dog.
but somebody got shot.
Dog stole my hat.
Y'all
Yeah,
let
Dane
yourself
almost
get
lost a fight
shot?
to a dog.
Margot
yeah,
wanders
Margot got
past
shot.
you and just goes to the stable to lay down with the horse.
Yeah, that fucker points at our cargo while he's hobbling away. Tried to steal a gun from a farmer. Smartest idea he's had.
I think he was a little bit more than a farm.
Damn it. God damn it.
Yeah,
I would
this was
quote this
terrifying.
in
Sorry.
character if I fucking could.
If I
But,
could fucking speak.
everyone's got guns. Like farmers, mums.
We are farmers.
The dog had a gun.
I had the image in my head of that one farmer in a fucking rocking chair holding a shotgun. Leave me
The
alone.
dog had a gun.
Also, how? It just looks at Dane. How? I'm 90% sure you can fight better than that. How did a dog fuck you up this much?
Dogs are vicious, man.
He stole the gun.
A dog
Taylor
grabbed a
shifts
gun?
back to her kind of more her standard, white, the base form, but she does go. They do go. Maxwell, did you go back to your world? Because I know that when I went to sleep that hard, I kind of went back, and Kinesi can kind of go
I
between
went there
worlds
by
and stuff.
accident. She
You
explained
went to
her
my
world.
world?
I got interested and I went to her world.
Oh.
Maybe Kinesi can go to your world if you explain it.
I mean, I don't know if she wants to. I don't really want to force her to.
That would
something
be
that she don't
fun.
know.
Kinesi's eyes glow the second she gets to explore a new world. She's like, ooh, that sounds fun. Listen,
As long as it's not hell.
I'm out here collecting y'all's worlds like Pokemon. I'm saying which one is less fun. It's between hell and overstimulation land. Points at the two people who she was talking about. Those are the worlds.
Might be between hell and me.
I have not went to yours. Points at Dane.
Hell and lesser hell.
I mean, maybe on a different date. And no, I didn't go to my world.
Really?
I wonder if I'll get to go back.
Can
I
I
feel like
get a deception from Maxwell versus an insight from everybody else?
Yes, you may.
Yes, yes.
That's a nat 20, baby.
I see it. Are you sure, Mikey? Are you sure?
That's a 19.
What's your plus, B? What's your plus?
That's a nat 20 plus 2. So I only have a plus 2 to my nat
Fuck.
20.
I only have a plus 1. Fuck.
He lying.
B. Kinesi. How close would you say that you? That's why I like this Maxwell because it could pertaining to both of you. How close would you guys say that you've gotten over over this time of knowing each other?
I'd say pretty close.
I'd say pretty close. Maxwell tried to. We did canonize in the background that Macanisi tried to learn from Maxwell before giving up and learning from Arl how to do sword shit.
Kinesi, you've grown pretty close to Maxwell. You know that he's. I don't want to say usually easier to read than a children's book, but he's pretty open about what he's feeling. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, Mikey.
He's very open.
He's usually pretty open about what he's feeling. Wears his emotions on his sleeve, wears his heart on his sleeve. So you aren't expecting a lie anytime he talks, but
This is
you
actually
know
the first
what
time
it
you've heard
sounds
one.
like when he's being honest. And that isn't that.
Kinesi's gonna give Maxwell a look like not anyone else can see it. It's just kind of a stealthy look of really, and then not really. I don't know how else to explain. It's a look of like she knows, but not in a way of I'm gonna push you about this. More, I know you're lying.
He's still smiling like nothing's happening.
You're giving the look of like, that's the best you got type of thing?
Yeah, that's basically like I know your ass is lying. I'm not gonna push you too hard about this, but
But like an
like the look of
acknowledgement
I
of
know
like,
you're
hey.
yeah, an acknowledgement of the lie, but not fucking you bitch.
Why are we
He gives her a
lying?
nod.
Yeah, even though I don't think Taylor knows that he's lying, I think they're still like that doesn't make sense. Like we have all these notes about everybody going to sleep. I'm like,
He didn't say he's
okay.
he's
Maybe
sleeping
it'll,
very hard.
Yeah, he just said he's.
maybe it'll happen. Can you see like also give by the you said he gives her a nod. She also gives you a small nod and but like stealthily and then just says maybe it'll happen later. It still hasn't happened to me. I mean I've gone to some fucked up worlds before I went to my own.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't happen for everyone. But I just thought it's a
Maybe you have to have a want to
just thought
return
it'd
at
be
least a
interesting
little
because
bit.
we're kind of exploring worlds, stuff like that.
Kind of pauses for a second that and looks at Arl. Have you went back to hell?
We all look
I,
at
I
her.
take a shrug. Mhm.
The hell, the hell does it was a yes or no question, Arl. You don't speak, you can nod or shake your head. Why must you shrug?
I held my chin for a moment, and then I stay in that pose, looking out into the distance.
Of course
Arlo is
he is.
actually just so traumatized from hell that every time he closes his eyes, he sees the
More,
fire. So he would
more
naturally
flashing.
know.
All I hear are screams. Sorry. I'm gonna I'm gonna just leave you looking into the sunset with the
And we
thinker
move
over
on.
here. She whispers under her breath. As she says that, she whispers under her breath, the fucking thinker over here. She is saying all this in a more joking manner, not in an annoyed manner. She's just like, why are you cryptic?
Why are you like this?
Yeah. It's more looking at your
Girl,
friend
are
and being
you?
like, why are you like this?
I think Taylor at this moment, like hugs their head and does the thing like, wait, Earl, are you even human?
Carl?
That's what I expected.
Can you see does the thing of waving her hand in front of his face as he's looking into the sunset of like, like does it once, no answer, and she's like, I'm gonna take that as I'm not gonna answer.
hmm hmm I
She
mean,
pulls
he
out her
can.
notebook and says Arl human and writes down Arl human question marks.
Yeah, I
I don't
already
know
had that in
Gabriel.
my notebook too. Because like I kind of categorized everyone, and I still have a question mark for that too.
I
Saying,
so genuinely don't know if Gabriel just didn't hear or if this is an actual intentional not response.
Arl pulls a drink out of his pocket.
yeah, that's exactly what I expected.
Okay.
Kiddis just got face palms for a second. It's like, I'm not gonna even question it anymore.
Mm-mm.
I'm using
So,
so many spell slots for bits. It's great.
Also, she also looks at Taylor. She's like, if you transform into Arl, you turn into clothes.
That's why I asked. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a mask. I don't know if it's the face. So I don't really know.
Listen, I have a
Like
running theory that he's just clothes.
I didn't have Naomi's antlers, so I am assuming that wasn't organic. So it's like, hmm?
I don't know. I'm 90% sure he's just clothes at this point.
I will tell you, Evie, that you do know that the reason you couldn't make Naomi's antlers is because you can't make extra appendages.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I introduced. Oh, by the way, Maxwell, I tried to introduce this world into into the world into an X-ray machine because yeah, that I've seen how they do medicine. It's not really that great.
Their
y'all only have
medicine is
X-rays?
not. You keep mentioning their medicine like they're in their era of eating mummies.
No,
They're not doing that.
no, but yeah, we're in. Yeah, they're getting there, but she's more like right now. It's not great because you described it as fucking old ass medicine. So I'm thinking plague doctors and leeches.
What's
Like
your...
I said, they are not like it's essentially they have uh a r- they are steampunk is usually like around Victorian era. We're not doing that. They don't have that medicine. It's more of like classical natural medicine, herbs and tinctures,
Okay, I
and that.
understand now. Sorry for my misunderstanding. It's like I don't know, just they don't really. Healing magic is probably expensive since I heard that healing magic is rare.
It seems as
You...
though magic that is not in a crystallized form is rare.
Sorry. I'll correct it to be like apparently magic that's not just the crystals they have is rare. So I just wanted to help.
You talk about, like, I know you know a lot about technology. What is the level of, like, medicine you are at in your world?
I don't know if you know what cancer is.
I do.
Taylor writes down cancer.
Uh,
Do you still
Basically,
have
we have a
cancer?
group. I was imagining like the Doctor Who level
You
of medicine
still
of they have a
have
cure for almost everything.
cancer.
Yeah, because it's a fantasy world. You know, not all fantasy worlds have fucking cancer. You know what I mean? She would just ask that.
The way that Maxwell said it, of like, do you still have cancer?
Yeah, it's just like, well, that's no longer a problem where I'm from. Most diseases aren't a problem where I'm from. And we have global healthcare, which is the only good thing I gave to that world, by the way. I said their technology is not more advanced than the normal world, except medicine.
So, wait, y'all have to. What's healthcare?
No, we used
What's healthcare?
our ancestors. Huh?
What's healthcare?
What is
Like what?
healthcare?
So really back before my time, some people used to have to pay for medicine and to stay alive, and it was
Still
really
use
fucking
medicine?
expensive. Do y'all just not get fucking sick? We don't have magic where I'm from, Maxwell.
I don't have magic either. He touches his arm where a vein would be. We have like these little robot thingies that if you get hurt
Y'all
or
made
sick,
nanobots? It's just like, it's basically a scream of excitement of y'all made nanobots? We were working on that.
that was very loud.
What I
Sorry.
imagine I had happened is like, can you see like full like jumped on top of Maxwell, like feet
Yes.
on his like
Yes.
chest, face in hands.
Like, she's way too close. She got uncomfortably. This woman is usually not that close and like up close to people. She got super close, started examining his arm. Like, y'all actually have that?
Maxwell, you
Yes.
can feel a slight, like ever so slight pull, like in the direction of her face.
It's like, oh yeah, you weigh. Kind of. You weigh.
Oh, sorry. She's like, oh, sorry. She pulls
No,
her
you're fine.
face.
You're fine. You're fine.
If his like hair starts flying toward the black hole, she's like, oh shit, I'm not gonna make you bald. She's like,
Not gonna
I
make you
really
That's not how
want.
that works. My hair just goes
It's
back
a,
too.
We were working on that. How the fuck? We made a cure for baldness, but it's not nanobots. Either way, what do you mean y'all have? How do y'all have that? We've been working on it
So,
for years.
okay, I know very little about it. All I know is that we have something in our blood, like little robots, that help us heal faster and grow things back.
Yes.
Say I lost this arm completely, it will go back in like a day or so.
So
But
hold on, wait. I need you to say to me, as the DM, are those in your blood still?
that's up to you.
Okay. I then, as the DM, want to say to Dane, you don't know if those are in his blood still.
Yeah.
She
So
pauses for a second and says, she like pulls out a hairpin. She's like, "Would you mind if I poke you with this? I don't know if they deactivated after being sent here. Your body did become different. This is a different body, basically. Is what I'm trying to say.
I
Raises his
don't
hand.
I don't like being poked, but okay.
Looks at Arl. Like neck snaps. She's way too excited.
So he has a whiteboard now. You don't know where he got it from. You can assume this is Arl. He gets it from wherever the fuck he wants.
She's not even phased. She's like, okay, yeah.
You are very
Is now
clever.
writing on the whiteboard.
Mhm.
Ship of Theseus, and with a drawing of Maxwell.
Oh, I know about
She
that.
should
We
start
had that debate with
laughing her ass
we
off.
had a debate with that. It's it's still you. Everything that comes back is still you.
He holds up a finger, then makes his hand into like a gun shape, puts it up to the temple, pulls trigger, and then shrugs.
If we die,
Shakes head.
oh, that's the problem. If your brain gets damaged enough, you said the nanobots you said?
Yes, that's what we called them at least.
The nanobots stop working because it has to get signals from your brain, and if it doesn't work good enough, then it just stops. And if your head is no longer attached to your body, you just like everything.
Bro,
stopped.
I need you to know, I need to be super honest. I think this counts as her thinking of his world a lot.
That's fair. Give me a D100 roll.
She's like now thinking, how advanced are his fucking scientists? I probably won't get it this time. Yeah, only a 28 this time, sad.
Sad.
Damn. I had the perfect
Honestly,
joke of telling you about
for
of what was going to happen when you returned.
actually, you know what? For how I feel like in depth Kinesi is thinking about it right now. I feel like she is thinking about this one way more in depth and way more excited than the others.
Yeah, she's
Roll
so
again.
happy. She's like, there's a world that knows this.
Roll again.
Come on, my child. You haven't failed me in exploring other people's worlds. Do not betray me now. That dropped. Okay, so remind me again. I know I keep asking this every time I do this, but it's been 2 to 3 weeks. What happens if I get 000?
That's
That's
100.
Okay.
How do you keep getting these 100?
It's
I
honestly
told
so
you my
crazy.
dice love jokes. My dice love smart characters. That's why Matthew rolled well.
So we see Kenisi get pulled out of the world.
Yep, she just
Yeah, can you see
sucked
the
into her
I
own
usual?
think
eyeball.
I think as soon as I see that, Taylor turns to Maxwell and goes, "I think she just went to your world."
Seems to be.
So,
You'll
do you
see
still have those
Arl wipe some.
nanobots?
What does Earl do?
No, I feel like an answer to that question is more important.
What was said? I didn't hear what Dane said.
You still have the
Do you still have
nanobot.
those nanobots?
Yes.
My brain lagged again. I'm sorry.
Do you
Okay.
still have the nanobots? Dane is asking.
He shrugs.
Dane takes like 2 steps back.
I'm surprised it's only
3
2.
actually.
Dane actually just
Arl wipes
leaves
off the
the
whiteboard
yard.
and starts doing a teaching lesson. When starts doing a lesson.
Bro,
I
I love
know,
how I'm
and
I love
think
how I'm
Taylor's
a
just
plot device at this
fully
point.
watching you.
I am a plot device now. Guys, I'm just a plot device. I'm here to explore people's worlds. I need to
I
go to
love that.
days. We need to complete it all. I'm gonna go to each
Kinesi.
world I need to. Yes.
You appear in a tree line. You're not
She's
among
more
people
used
this
to
time, but you can see in the distance. Oh my god, why are you so fucking loud? Where do you
That
have
was
to
a loud ass motorcycle.
Oh, I thought this was the person. Like Kenisi just falls in. She's suddenly loud.
Sorry. You know, they were just so loud. It was like distracting. Fuck. You're in a tree line. You're not directly among people this time, but you can see, like slightly in the distance, groups of what you can recognize as something you haven't actually seen like in person before, but have seen in media plenty of times, of futuristic looking spaceships seemingly made
the thing I
for
was
like
trying to
long
make.
distance travel.
Yeah, the thing I was trying to make my entire life.
The
Just
thing you were
there.
trying to make your entire life. And surrounding them are crowds of people, hordes of people with suitcases, backpacks, crates on boxes of just everybody's things. And you can see like lines of people moving boxes on, moving crates in, as others like wait to like get their spot like as a passenger.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Kinesi's more used to this now, so she's moving with purpose. because she doesn't know how limited her time is. But just as a thing, she's trying to keep her thoughts on this world. She's trying to keep her brain focused here instead of back there to see if she can last longer this time.
Okay. Are
And
you
she
just
starts
going?
moving more or less towards the crowd. Yeah,
You're just going right for the people. Okay. Are you being stealthy at all?
not really. She's not moving in as in running. She's moving normal at slightly like basically almost a fast walk or a jog.
Okay. Are you trying to like move to like blend into the crowd at all? Or are you just sort of like
Not
approaching?
really blend
What's
in.
your?
She's trying to approach and see what's happening. First of all, did Maxwell mention the fact they're leaving the planet? I think he did, right?
Yes.
Yes. So would I need to roll a history check for that, row?
No.
She's aware what the situation is. She's just gonna mostly go towards the crowd, scanning the crowd for anyone who looks like they are like her, scientist, someone who someone who is the one who creates, someone who's the one who would know things about the nanobots and things of like that.
Give me a perception check.
I'm not great with those, but fuck it, we ball. My dice fell off the dice tray. That's 19. What's my plus or minus? Oh no, it's plus. Okay, it's a plus 2 to perception. That's a 21 total.
Yeah, you see someone who is standing there. Maxwell, if you could actually describe the person who was the original traveler to the other world.
Oh, well, this description is going to sound very similar to a few people here. This is an older looking androgynous wood elf. They have long, shaggy hair, a golden kind of eye. They're wearing a space uniform with a jetpack on. They look very. I'm trying to think of the word for it. Hurried. That's what the word is. And like their face is covered in scars. That is who this is.
Is this your character from B's game?
This is Casey. This is
This
Casey.
is Casey. I for some reason forgot that Casey had a fuck ton of scars. And also forgot that Casey was Casey. I also did not think that Casey was the original traveler, considering they seem to be like just a farm.
Oh, Casey's been on the slime planet for what for humans has been decades.
Yeah, like I assumed that it was just like I was born. I thought that she was like I thought that Casey was a result of everybody migrating.
Nope. The original volunteer.
This is gonna make my story so much more believable, knowing what Casey has been through.
You got the right person. Lucky you.
And you know what? This is already a character that you are actively playing. You talk to B.
Okay.
She walks over a bit cautiously, like scared that they would be scared of, her. She's like, "Hello." Nice
Would it be
to
rude of
meet
me
you.
to ask about? You know what? Never mind. Nice to meet you.
Different universe. She points at the black hole. Different universe. My body became like this when I went there. Why did I say? Before Casey says something as if being familiar with it, she says, "Why did I say that? Who would believe that?"
Do you know Pika?
No, I haven't met Pika. This thing does it to me mostly involuntary. Wait, just starts again mid sentence, trying to focus all her
You don't have
thoughts
to prove
on
it.
this
You don't
world.
have to prove it. I get it.
No. She's trying to focus all her thoughts on this current moment so she doesn't dip out mid conversation. She's like, I'm gonna be very honest. I met someone from your world called Maxwell. I'm
Okay.
90% sure. I'm not sure if you would know that person because there's so many of you here.
I don't know
He taught me
anyone
that
here.
you guys made these points to the spaceship and nanobots, and these were what I was trying to make my entire fucking life before traveling to another universe. Points to that, and also the nanobots. And I was looking for anyone who would look like they knew anything about those, and you looked like you would. And I
Well,
just
I
wanted.
know about the spaceships. I wasn't on the planet when they made the nanobots. I am sorry for that.
No, that's fucking good. She pulls out a notebook. She's like, sorry if I'm being very fast. Again, this isn't controllable. I might whip
I've
out.
dealt with space universe travel before. You're fine.
I just wanted to ask if it was possible for me to uh, ask about how you got this thing to move the way it does quickly. We were trying to harvest points at her face again. This for that. I was making
Oh,
progress and then I got fucked over.
well, this version is much different from the one I originally know. Also, it's not as fast as it should be because we are elves. We age very slowly. You seem to be more close to what I know as a human, or closer
Nope,
at least.
Lucy is an elf.
Oh,
Yeah, I do look like a
my
shadow
bad.
guy.
I
She said, I used to be a
forgot.
human, I am not. So I'm guessing maybe elf age. She says that with a cocked head. She's like, I don't know if my aging is also different in this body.
I'm sure it is. I've met plenty of people who are different, but basically, we found a material. Well, there was a material in the original one we found that is used up when we go through it, and it exponentially increases the speed.
She writes this stuff down and she says, do you have any idea what the name would be? I doubt we have it on my world. At this point, I'm just interested.
Casey writes down the name. I did not think of some sort of element.
Yeah. She gives you the notebook, you write down the name. She's like, okay, that's the spaceship's part. She looks at it, she starts examining it and writing and drawing down how this thing looks, and then like, one last thing, I don't know if I have time for this. Do you know who would be responsible for the nanobots? I'm trying to get information before I just blip out. Also, do you know someone who would know people? Like, just the most amount of people?
I don't really know people here, but there's
Actually, give me
scientists.
for the knowing a lot of people here, you would actually know the person who's been kind of like coordinating your communication with everybody who you would need to be communicating with on the planet.
I actually have a
Is
name
a
for the
woman
person.
named Macy.
There's another person. That doesn't matter. What did you say the name was?
Your sister.
Ah, Macy. Yeah, there's someone named Macy who has been talking to me a lot. Not the person I'm used to talking to, but she is like very, like she deals with a lot of public stuff. I don't know. I don't really know people here. She's just a person who's been talking to me, trying to get me to explain to the people here how the planet travel is going to work.
What's that other planet? Nope, I can't waste time. I can't waste time. She does a little nod. She's like, she does like a little bow. She's like, thank you so much.
Wait.
Macy, give me a wisdom save.
Fuck.
If you're still here, you're about to get a notebook with a lot of information.
Dirty
About the
20.
planet,
My
at
dogs
least.
love me. Dirty 20.
Good, you're still here. You can feel your body kind of trying like to pull you away, but you're like focus, and you're able to ground yourself.
Yeah, like what essentially what Casey sees is I start like and a pulse happens in me, and then I just stabilize it like, oh, this is new. Okay,
Yeah,
I can work with this.
Casey, you can see her body kind of like begin to sort of like, it's weird. It's sort of like she is a reflection in water and somebody threw a stone into it.
You travel through space and universes. differently than I'm used to. Here's a note, the notebook of information about the slime planet. I have made so many.
Her eyes glow a bit, like, oh my. She's like, looks so. Her eye, not eyes, her eye glows a bit. She's like, look.
They lift the book out of reach. Just a second. You're not going to teleport here, right?
I'm sorry,
You're
what
not
does
going
that
to
mean?
teleport to the slime planet, right?
I
'Cause
can't really
if we're
control
not
that.
if we're not there, you're in danger. Just try your best not
Yeah,
to go there.
I'm not gonna read this book yet. She puts it in the bag.
You said you had
If I'm
someone.
focused on a place,
You said you had someone from here. Give it to them.
I will. And then I will read it without focusing too much on it. I guess. She's like, still figuring this out. But thank you very much, truly. She looks like super happy and like does a little bow. She's like, I'm so sorry for bothering you.
Eh. I
And
didn't have to
like,
talk to people I am dealing with here, so you're fine. Bye.
could you point me towards that Macy person?
Points.
Starts
You
jogging there.
you see in the crowd someone who is kind of like helping coordinate. You notice a couple of things pretty quickly. One, it's pretty easy to tell who Macy is. She seems to be like the main coordinator of everything. She is helping people. She is directing, like, I need you over here. You're going to be over here. I need this, and this. That's what I need. And that's how everybody seems to be moving, with her at the head of it. Second,
Noticing that,
notice very
sorry, go ahead.
quickly that she's very clearly worried about something. What exactly, you're unsure. Thirdly,
Yeah,
Mikey, how closely does Macy look to Maxwell?
They look like twins. She is the female version of him.
That's what you notice.
she mouths. I guess I don't mention. She mouths fuck and then whispers to herself, "I guess I don't mention his name," and then walks forwards.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, she's gonna do it. I was gonna say that and then do it anyways because she's too excited. Give me a sec. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing very stupid shit here. She walks forward to
No, that was
as cautiously as she approached Casey, if not a bit more, because she looks like she's doing something important. She's like, excuse me, may I talk to you?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Weird face. Hello, my name is Kanisi. I am not from here. I don't know how to explain this to you in a way that makes sense. You see this thing on my face?
Yes.
I go from universe to universe with it, basically. By accident, mostly.
Okay.
I'm simply here because I know someone from this universe.
Oh, give me one
And
second. Bernard! Get, and you see her like go into the crowd, seem to like pull people together, come back out. Yes, I'm sorry. Please talk quicker.
oh, okay. What'd you say?
Please speak quicker.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Hello. My name is Kanisi. I'm from another world. I met a guy named Maxwell. He told me about this world, and I came here by accident. I am
Maxwell?
here because I heard that. Yes, he was called Maxwell. Do I know Maxwell's last name? I don't
Mikey.
think so.
Colby.
I don't know if Maxwell got it. Yeah,
He
I'm
did.
saying, does Kinesi know Maxwell's
He
last
did.
name? Yeah, his name was Maxwell, I believe. Colby, I believe, something like that. Either way, told me about his world. I accidentally teleported here. He told me you guys perfected nanobots, and I asked a person over there called Casey if you could, if who would know the people who made those.
You see her
And
wave somebody else over, just go, shoves like a notebook and a clipboard into their hand. Take over, I will be right fucking back. And she takes off in a direction.
I follow.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna ask. Give me a just a acrobatics with advantage.
Okay. Stop, guys! Stop flying around. Okay, that was that. What's my plus to acrobatics? Why am I going quickly? That's I have plus the dirty 20.
You are able to follow her as she is like absolutely ducking and diving through people, through their stuff, gets into the town, is cutting through alleys and like like back like shortcuts and just weaving through this place that she seems to know as well as the back of her hand. And comes to like a small kind of like rundown like little house and just slams through the door and is just screaming Maxwell's name.
Kinesis like shaking a bit. What did I do? I walk over very cautiously.
She like looks through every room in the house, which is not very many of them. And the last one she comes to, she slams the door open, and before even getting fully behind her, you can see Maxwell on a bed underneath some blankets, a guitar sort of like clutched to his chest.
Her head cocks, and she's like, "Was it a different version of him?"
And she immediately tries to start shaking him awake, which does not work.
Kinesis is having a bit of a panic attack. Like, oh, I fucked up.
Give me a wisdom save, please.
Please be good. I beg of you, be good. I don't want to go back and tell Maxwell what I did.
I
Nope.
doubt it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I doubt a 15 is enough.
You see Maxwell's body, and that immediately sort of snaps you back to thoughts of where you have come from. And you just barely, you can see the world in front of you begin to sort of like tilt and fade out. But you are able to sort of, in your panic, ground yourself in the current reality that you are in.
She's panicking over Macy, so it grounds her over this reality because she's thinking more about Macy.
Yeah.
She like walks over and from afar, because she knows that she's probably gonna be mad at her for no reason, because panicking moment. She's like, he's gonna be okay. I'm 90%. Takes a deep breath. Time works. I'm 90% sure time works differently. My friends came back. When the others went back to their worlds, they said they went back to the exact moment they fell asleep. He will be back before you even know it. I can. She chokes out the words, I can promise you that. And if
Don't
anything,
make a
if it
promise
takes any
that you
time,
cannot.
she looks at her and says, if it takes any time, and I mean any time, I will personally take him here. I can do that if I try. I think I can do that if I try hard enough. I did come here. Trying to basically ground this woman and help her calm down. He is safe. He is not. Nothing is wrong with him. He was just asleep on our fucking
Nothing
table.
is wrong with him. My brother is barely breathing.
What do you mean? But she walks over, like not get doesn't get close to the body because she probably doesn't want that. Looks over at Maxwell. Does he look like what he looked like when he was slumped?
Maxwell looks like pretty similar, but to a kind of more extreme degree of it looks like his body is at the bare minimum of what it needs to be alive.
She starts like scratching her head, thinking like, think. What would be? Okay.
We
I know I
are
can't offer
leaving
much help.
in an hour. If he isn't awake, they're leaving without us.
I know I can't offer much help. I know I can't do much. I'm very sorry to bring you this news myself. I did not mean to. I meant to bring good news when I came to his family. I thought he had just disappeared.
If
Like trying,
you know him, if you tell him to get his ass back here now.
he is trying. He's trying. We don't know how. I can barely do it because of this. And it's not on purpose.
I need
I
a
hate-
deception check really quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hate to butt in, but that's a deception
Oh
check.
yeah. Oh, aren't people trying to get? Okay, this is a
No,
genuine question.
Maxwell's
Please
made it
fuck up.
very clear he's not trying to go home.
Yeah. I'm not
She just
trying to
said,
go home
I
either.
don't. Then I'll rephrase. She's like, I don't know, ma'am. I'm not trying to be bad here. I'm just trying to talk. I didn't mean for any of this to. She like takes a
You
deep
know
breath,
him.
tries to ground herself again. She says,
If you can
I'm-
talk to him, you tell him to come back.
I will. I will once right when I'm back from here. I will.
And with those words, the world fully begins to sort of like shift and twist as you
As
are
she's
brought back.
disappearing, she says, I will. As she's disappearing, she says, I will try my hardest. I'm gonna say this as fast as possible, like as fast as she says it. I'm gonna try my hardest for now. Take the body onto the ship. That way, if he comes back into that body.
And just, like as you're like disappearing, you just see her look sadly to the side and just go, "They won't let him on like this," and you are gone.
Can you see immediately once she's back? Looks bad. Like hair disheveled because she was like itching. She was like messing with her hair, trying to think. She looks like tired as fuck. Her clothes are probably like she's probably sweaty as hell from following that woman while she was running at Mach 10. She's like, oh, and then she immediately when she's back, like,
You come back into whatever lesson Arl is teaching on the whiteboard.
As Taylor's watching.
Dane is watching from like outside,
From afar.
from afar. And where's Maxwell during this, Mikey?
Maxwell's sitting at wherever the lesson's happening, just watching with a smile.
she is gonna try to back away without anyone noticing.
To
I'm
note,
I
gonna
feel like
say
a black
for
hole is pretty noticeable.
I am gonna say for plot convenience. Hey everybody, Denise back.
Yeah,
Maxwell
I
looks
know. I
over
was more
and
making a
smiles.
joke of that's what she's trying to do the second she comes back.
Yeah.
Anything. Hi. You disappeared in the middle of talking to me. You good?
I don't do that on purpose. I
I know.
teleported
I'm
to
just asking if you're okay.
your.
His eyes
Not.
widen.
Mm,
What?
not the best. Are you okay? She says, not the best.
I think Taylor whispers to Arl, like, was it
Found out
worse than
something I
hell?
wouldn't. I would have, she said, found out
drugged.
something I would have
Oh,
liked to
drugged.
not find out.
What'd you find out?
She says, I don't want to say you might get mad at me.
What did you find out?
Your body is still there.
What?
How did you find my body, Kanisi?
Your sister led me there.
You talked to my sister?
I didn't know she was your sister. I was told she
If
knew
she
everyone there.
found my body, that means you said my name. She was not supposed to find me. What did you do?
Your body's on your bed. She didn't have to find you. You're pretty much half
I know her.
there.
She would have listened and waited. She said she would have found me. She would have just waited on the ship. What did you do to get her to find me? Did you say my name?
I did accidentally, yes.
Maxwell leaves. This is the first time anyone here has ever seen him angry, and he walks away.
So does that mean our bodies are just there back in our own world?
I guess so. She says with a really defeated. She has sounded really defeated the whole time. She's like, I guess so.
Oh.
I'm gonna go on a walk. I don't think I should be at home. I think he's mad at me.
He went into
Very-
whichever location is likely to not be close to her.
Yeah, she's gonna go on a walk because she has to also digest what just happened.
Okay, so like you're staying within the house, Maxwell.
Oh, the original plan was for him to go walking in any direction, but if
No,
yeah,
I'm
in-house
asking.
also
If
works.
you go walking in a direction, she's gonna go walking the opposite direction. Either way.
How is Maxwell feeling right now?
Pissed, sad, and so many other things.
Here's the thing. If he does leave, if he is in the house, that's fine. If he does leave the house, I would just like to know if there's anywhere specifically he is going.
He is looking for something that is sturdy, that he can hit, that won't break.
I mean, there's trees. You want to go find some trees?
Then he goes to whatever place has the most amount of trees and just starts punching.
So here's the thing. There are no trees in immediate vicinity. However, most of the other sturdy things are people's property, like buildings and shit.
He's not going to break anything of anyone else's. He's going to find trees.
Yeah, so you fully walk out of the town towards the forest that you came out of. And I want you to give me just a flat wisdom check.
That's a nat 1.
Oh.
You wander through the woods, just sort of blindly hitting trees, cracking them under your hands, your knuckles bleeding, the pain not really registering in your mind. Just, I don't know if you're ranting to yourself or if it's fully mental, your jaw clenched, but you're just angry and distracted and sad, and your head is just full of thoughts of your sister finding you laying there. And just with the constant thought over and over again, if she hadn't gone to find you, she would have been there, and she would have waited, and someone would have gotten her on that fucking ship. She wouldn't have went by herself. Not without you there. But someone would have gotten her on that fucking ship if she had just waited there. And as you're walking through, by the time you realize where you're going, you are in the clearing that you first woke up in.
Is there anything different about it? Or is it just the clearing?
It's just the clearing. There are like some differences clearly from like animals coming through and grazing and that kind of thing. But for the most part, it's almost exactly how you left it. Just like your room was.
Maxwell sits exactly where he remembers coming to this place and just thinks.
if you could describe for me what thoughts are going through Maxwell's head.
He is thinking about the fact that when he first came here, he felt so free and everything was great and fine, and he didn't have to deal with the problems of his other home, and how he never wanted to return. Now he's realizing how selfish he was and how angry he is with himself that he even thought of wanting to leave his sister. And there's so much anger for the fact that Kanisi, even if she didn't mean to, got her away from his sister's chance of a good life. She might not leave now, knowing what happens to Maxwell. And then it goes to anger at himself for the fact that he is the reason why she's even there.
You sit in this spot, your head kind of in your hands. Give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
It's not so much that you hear anything in the distance, but you kind of feel that anger kind of pools in the bottom of your stomach. And it's almost like something attaches to that and is kind of pulling you in a direction.
He follows it.
You're walking for a bit, a few minutes, at the lowest, and you eventually come to a small, quiet stream. The water is clear. It's not guaranteed to be drinkable, but it definitely looks like it is. It sort of sparkles in the sunlight. And I just you kneel next to the water, kind of looking at your reflection. You are such a image of your sister. But just maybe if you didn't have the scar, if you had longer hair, you'd almost be her clone. But past your reflection, among the smooth, eroded, stones in the river or in the stream, you see a sort of glint of metal, underneath the water.
Maxwell grabs it. Well, reaches his hand in, trying to grab it.
You reach your hand in. It's kind of embedded into the side of the dirt that's the edge of the stream. And you kind of pull it out, and you can actually feel that there's two things there. And you pull both of them out, and they are, I can't remember the word. It's bracers, but not for archery. It's the forearm armor.
Bracer or Vanguard?
Vanguard, I think.
I could totally be wrong.
Do they look
Van brace.
rusted?
Van Brace, that's the thing. I've been playing too much Marvel Rivals.
They don't look rusted at all. In fact, they honestly look almost immaculate. And as you look closer, just rubbing off some of the mud, you can both feel and see these like intricate patterns carved into the surface.
He runs his fingers along them. How big are these? Could these fit on Maxwell?
These could fit on Maxwell. They look honestly almost exactly his size.
He takes one and slides it on to feel out how it feels.
You slide it on, it fits like a perfectly tailored glove. And you see, as you put it on, the runes on it, even though you can't see any crystallized magic embedded in it, which through your time in the town you have noticed is kind of a prerequisite for any of this type of magic working. But you put it on and you see these like runes and sigils and markings light up as the one still in your hand sort of like pulses.
There's no pain, right?
No. It honestly feels a bit warm, but in honestly a kind of comforting way.
He looks at it for a moment and then puts on the other one.
You feel a warmth and comfort come through your entire body. And there's this sort of like calming feeling that you know is sort of being pressed into you almost artificially, but still it feels warm, like a hug, like protection. And it's not being forced into you as much as it's being laid over you, like an offer of comfort. And after a few moments of having these on, of feeling this comfort come over you, do you accept the feeling at all? Or do you kind of like resist it?
Maxwell was just thinking about his sister, and this feeling is probably the closest thing he has to growing up with her, because she has always taken care of him. So this feeling of something just giving the comfort he hasn't felt properly in a bit feels special, and he accepts it.
As you accept this feeling, the the best I can describe it is the entire feeling feels like a hug from a loved one. And as you sort of let that sink into you, you hear a voice kind of echoey at first, like it's in a like cavern or something, but that slowly comes more and more into focus as it kind of adjusts seemingly and just says, "Wow, what? Oh my god, that was a weird nap. Oh my god." And you recognize is a bit of a push of a word because that would imply that you know it's her. But you clock the voice immediately as being that of your sister.
And where's the sound coming from?
Like in your head.
He puts his hands with it. What the? No. Just whatever. I'm just thinking of her.
I have no clue what you just said.
He just mumbles to himself. He's just remembering her and thinking of her, and that's what this is.
Mm. What? Hi? Hello?
That was loud. Nope, this isn't that.
What what is it? What
Macy?
is that my name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If you're my Macy, then yeah. If not,
I
then you sound a hell of a lot like her.
I don't really know. Uh,
Do you know what you are?
um,
Because just a theory, you're not my sister.
I don't know.
Do you remember anything?
Uh, I remember sleeping for like a long time, but I don't remember falling asleep or what I was doing before sleep.
Where do you know where you fell asleep?
No.
Mm.
I think I just sort of was created while I was asleep. I think this might be my first time being awake.
And now you're in my head.
Oh, is that where I am?
Seems like it.
It's quite nice in here. Very comforting. Bit
Thanks.
empty, but
Yeah, thanks. Wow, that is weird hearing a voice in my head. Jesus.
I mean, I would say I can leave if I make you uncomfortable, but I don't actually think I can do that.
It's alright, it's just wow. This must be what people mean when they say they hear a voice in their head.
I guess
You wouldn't know what I'm talking about, I assume, because you
I
you,
I just got here, man.
well, it's nice to meet you. How about I don't call you Macy because that would feel weird. How about something else? Do you have any ideas of what you want to be called?
I am learning language as I speak it.
Okay. Uh, you know what? It's so disconnected. Why not just call you a full name? Marceline.
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 There you go.
Okay. Hi, my name is Marceline.
Nice to meet you. He looks at the bracers. You wouldn't happen to be taps the metal of the bracers. This, would you? You did you come from this?
Well, I did just kind of feel you tap those two things together, so I think it's me.
Nice. Cool. I have a living object. Wow, that my head's starting to feel clearer, at least. Well, it's
Um,
nice to meet. It's nice to be the first person you meet, Marceline.
it's nice to have met somebody.
Do you,
I think. Did you say that your name was Maxwell?
he has not said his name yet, but
Is that have met somebody? I don't know your name,
Maxwell. My
Maxwell.
name's Maxwell. Uh, I assume you don't know what these braces do, other than you.
Hold on. And the voice goes quiet for a second. Goes, put them together, like in front of you, like you're about to try and block something.
He puts his arms up in a boxing block position.
A shield comes up in front of you.
That is really cool. He puts his arms up.
You can cast wearing these. You can cast the shield spell a proficiency amount of times per day.
Cool.
That did count as one of them, but
Well, Marceline, you existing seems to have fixed my mood because I wasn't doing great. And now I have a very deep regret for yelling. Oh, that. I need to apologize. Would you like to meet? I don't know if you can meet the people outside of my head. Can you see what I see?
I can't see anything, but I kind of have a general sense that things are around.
So you can't see or hear.
No, but again, hold on. Make noise that isn't just you talking. I maybe can hear.
He picks up a rock and throws it into the water.
Oh, I can hear. I just can't see. I can kind of sense things. I could kind of feel that that rock went flying through the air before hitting water, but I can't see it.
You are fascinating. I'm gonna go back home. Well, I guess we are gonna go back home. I don't know.
I think I'm a different person, but also I don't know if I count as a person.
You live in my head, so I feel like plural is fitting.
Yeah. Let's. I want to see home.
Yeah. Maxwell starts walking home.
Can you see? Where did you go?
This is funny as fuck, but I was going in the opposite direction to the opposite forest because Kinesi wanted to get as far away as humanly possible because she just felt horrible.
Okay.
So she's kind of in the opposite way, under a tree, balled up in a fetal position, and writing down frantically ways she thinks she might be able to fix what she did. Nothing makes sense. She's just panicking.
I want to ask a bit of a question. Is Panisi thinking at all about the fact that her body is likely just sort of passed out in her world, comatose?
Yes. Especially since I believe when we left Kinesi, she was being arrested.
How much are you thinking about your world?
I don't know how dominant the thought is. I know that the thought of I fucked up is above it, but it is just there. It's there. It's not like the dominant thought, but it's also the secondary. It's the secondary thought of like her main thought right now is oh shit I fucked up. I need to find a way to fix what I did. The
Give
secondary
me,
thought was oh no, my body is still slumped there.
give me a D100 roll.
Probably not gonna be it. Yeah, no, that was 68.
You are just sort of frantically writing down in your notebook, trying to find or think of something, anything really to try and help.
Yeah, she's just writing, panicking. She knows she probably can't do anything. Maxwell doesn't want to go back, so there's no way she can. Even if she could take him back, he doesn't want to go back. So there's no use in that. She could take Macy here, but Macy probably wants to be with the other people, so Macy shouldn't be brought here. Like it's that type of thought.
Another D100.
94.
Did you say long or short rest?
Long rest. You said 94?
Yeah.
you are not fully transported back into Maxwell's world. You're not really even sure if you're going there at all, or if you're really seeing it, or if this is just your mind sort of like fixating on that point, because it is basically the exact same scene that you saw when you left. Macy curled over her brother's body, just sad and crying and angry and shaking him. And you don't know if this is new or if he just has not moved.
She's mumbling to herself, like, great, now I'm imagining things. That's just fucking great.
And I think you
Like,
come to the
basically,
conclusion pretty quickly that you don't even think you could bring Macy here if you wanted, at the very least, not at your current skill level. Again,
yeah.
Maxwell doesn't want to go back. Even if Maxwell did want to go back, you don't know if it's possible to send him back, at least not permanently. And you don't really know how time works with traveling back and forth. If you could send Maxwell back, what's to say that by the time he gets there, time wouldn't have passed? And I think you come to the conclusion, I don't want to say pretty quickly, but you come to the conclusion eventually that, at least right now, there is just nothing you can do.
At that conclusion, she pretty much drops her notebook and pen into her bag and just stays there in the fetal position and starts almost crying, more like she doesn't feel like she deserves to cry since this is her fault. So she's just sitting there wallowing in regret.
Okay. I think we are going to move out from that back to Arl, Taylor, and Dane. Y'all just witnessed that.
Yeah.
Earl, I know you're probably not going to respond, even though you can make noise, which technically can be formed into a language if you try hard enough. But besides the fact, but with that knowledge, I just hope your body is okay in hell.
You see a look of complete apathy on this subject, and you can't even see his face. You just know he does not care.
All my stuff's already been stolen, probably.
I don't think you've told me much about or things about your world, Day. I think you all talked amongst each other, but I think I was passed out, kind of going back to my world. What's yours like?
It sucks.
Oh, is that why you don't like to dance?
Sure.
Why does it suck?
Uh, Imagine a world where if you danced, you get mauled by a bunch of bugs.
That does sound terrifying. Are these big bugs?
They're pretty big bugs.
Wow.
Sometimes robo bugs. It's never fun.
Robo bugs. Got it. Uh-huh. And they're just there constantly?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm. Well, are you glad you came here then?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Well, then that's good. Well, I kind of told Kanisi, but from what like that, I know people's worlds are different, but I think there's a human controlling this world, or at least from my point of view. So I think somebody put you here in this world for a reason to maybe make you a little bit happy.
Hmm.
Same to you, Arl. I think you seem to really flourish in this world. I think somebody put you in here as well to make you a little bit happier.
All shrugs.
Are you happier in this world? Because you you don't want to go back to hell, do you?
Arl doesn't even dignify that with an answer.
Well, okay, I didn't think so. I guess yeah, you don't want to go back. Yeah, Arnold doesn't want to go back. I like my world, but I don't really think I can go back, even if I necessarily wanted to. I just feel so different now. So
Hmm.
I think I prefer here.
Seems none of us wants to be on our old world.
Eh,
Also, because I never said it, the whiteboard is talking about how the concept of World War One and World War Two led to the banger song "It's Okay to Punch Nazis."
It's okay to punch Nazis. I mean, that was a pretty solid connection point considering the Nazis.
I'm well aware. Basically, it's the explanation of what a Nazi is. Why, and
Ah.
so this explains why it's okay to punch them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That
He
makes
might have
Yeah,
been
that
in
tends
sense.
to
hell,
Henry
but at least
Ford.
he's not a fucking Nazi.
Seems like maybe Maxwell's conflicted whether to go back or not. Uh, like I said, I never, the concept of family for me, I don't think is the same with people here. So I don't really, like, I understand on a surface level, but not intuitively, you know what I'm saying? So, uh, like I have friendships and stuff, but I guess it's a slightly different concept. Did you have family day?
Yeah, kind of. Not ones that I could really talk to, though.
Hmm. So it's kind of like if you were there versus here, you wouldn't have been able to talk to them either way.
Why are we talking about this?
Sorry, I didn't. Mm. Well, just you know, the thing with like I said, I don't understand. Uh, family. Births and stuff. I'm still kind of learning all that. Earl has showed me a lot of human anatomy and stuff. But I like that. I more curious. Sorry if it's Like, I know you told me not to overstep and stuff, but I'm still figuring out the lines. But it's just like I, yeah, it seems like Maxwell has the connection with his sister, and it seems like a strong connection, you know. So, uh, so I just didn't know if you had any more insight to, family.
Not really.
You don't have a family, do you, Earl? Or
Carl shakes head.
as in no, right?
Correct.
Uh, oh, yeah. It seems like, well, the other reason why I bring it up is because, like, Maxwell seems to be going through something, like, I don't know how to relate to. You seem far away from your family. You know, Earl doesn't seem to have a family. I didn't grow up with, family. I don't know about Kinesi. I think we kind of know stuff from Naomi, but it's like, it's like, how can we, support in that aspect? Because, like I said, I try to, you know, discover things, but I don't know on a personal level. So
Taylor is doing her fucking
That's
best, man.
not my business. What was that?
I said Taylor is doing her fucking best.
uh,
And if, as that conversation sort of fizzles out, we are going to sort of uh, come into the future, probably around like an hour or so, as both Maxwell and Kanisi return to the house.
Great.
Maxwell, you see Kanisi as she's approaching the house. Kanisi, you see Maxwell.
Nisi is silently approaching the house and is aiming to just go on the couch and go to sleep at this point.
Maxwell is upping his pace to grab her shoulder.
Taylor is watching from inside out the window.
She's not really going at a
Ain't
high
minding his own
speed,
damn
by the way.
business.
She's just walking. She's just walking. She's assuming Maxwell won't want to talk to her, so she's walking silently, basically, not running or anything.
He's like
Well,
head
you
down,
were
just like
wrong. Maxwell grabs your shoulder.
She freezes the fuck up.
Not gonna hurt you. Yep, you're okay. Calm down.
Thank you were me.
I just wanted to say I apologize for yelling.
I'm also
I wasn't-
really sorry.
I wasn't mad at you. I was mad at myself. I lied. I can tell you know that I lied about not actually going back. Before y'all came home, I had been in what I assume now is my other body and helped around my home planet and talked to my sister a bit and got to hug her again. And I told her to just go ahead and wait at the ship. And I hoped that if she did that, someone would make sure she got on the ship, even if I wasn't, so she could continue. And when I found out that she wasn't at the ship anymore, I realized that there's a risk of her not getting on, and that scared me because I love my sister more than anything in this world. And if she stays on our planet that is dying because I'm there and I can't go with her, that would really hurt.
She nods, keeping the thought in her head that time might just be stopped, not wanting to say it because it might make things worse.
So I just wanted to properly tell you that I'm sorry, that I shouldn't have yelled at you.
She takes a deep breath and looks at Maxwell and actually looks at him instead of looking down and says, I also apologize. I got a bit too selfish and self-indulged too much. I didn't expect that.
Did you at least learn what you, I assume, wanted to learn when you went there?
I couldn't get to the nanobots. I got some information about spaceships, but it requires something from your
Where'd you
planet,
get
so
it
I'm
from?
guessing we can. A person called Casey, they're the one who pointed me towards Macy.
You met the volunteer?
Who might that? Yeah, I will. If it. Who's that? What is that? Sorry.
I'll have to tell you the story some other time, but that's cool. I
He
didn't think
knew
that they would.
about. He understood. Points to her face. That does a little popping sound to indicate the universe travel. Just says universe travel. And I told him I was from another universe. He asked me if I knew
Oh my god,
someone.
I didn't even think about that. This story is that the volunteer told somebody from our planet that they went on universe travel, but people on our planet just assumed that they were lying and being crazy. But I didn't even think about it. We're universe traveling. So they definitely did. There's no way that they lied.
Yeah. They also gave me this. Told me to give it to you since it's not safe for me to read it since I might go there. It's a book about the planet they're going to.
Oh.
I'm gonna read it eventually when I'm sure I won't blip myself over there. I might read it sometime soon, but they said to give it to you, so I'm giving it to you first.
If you end up going back to my planet, can you make me a promise?
Yes. She says more quizzically than anything of what.
If my sister's there, tell her to trust me and to get on the ship. That I I will come back. Tell her that I promise I'm going to come back.
Okay. I did say I would try and help you if you did want to do that. I don't think you actually want to do that. I'm just saying that out loud. If I told her, I would tell you.
Maxwell looks at the bracers, unsure if he should tell about the voice currently in his head.
Kinesis trying to think if Kinesis also trying to think about information she's withholding of. Should I tell them that time may be stopped? I don't know.
They're both
Or at
so in
least
their head
slow
that
down.
they just sit there silently for a minute. I'm just happy
Yeah.
Casey hasn't noticed the bracers yet.
She. I don't know. I'll roll a perception, sure. She's panicking. This requires a check more than anything, I think. I think that she notices them. She's just not talking about them.
Max,
She looked at you see her look at them, but doesn't want to bring it up since you're not bringing it up.
Maxwell nods and then heads inside.
She also heads inside, and then she makes a note on her notebook. once Max was in front of her of to tell people eventually that time might be stopped in the or slowed where they're from.
So everybody sees Maxwell come in with these shiny new band braces.
God damn it!
Also, man, something. Do we just see Taylor on the window?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Is
say
she on
yes.
the
It's funny.
is she on the upstairs window or is she on the downstairs window?
Probably, I think we were downstairs in the little living and lounging room, so I was peeking out of that with my faceless white void. my
Kind of
my
head turns super slowly towards Taylor, like just kind of quizzically looking at Taylor, like what? Uh, More thinking to herself, how did I not notice a mannequin staring at me?
You don't
And then
have
she
eyes,
just
you can't
mumbles
see
to
where I'm
herself, I
looking.
would not. She mumbles to herself, I would not survive a horror movie.
By the way, Ro, you can't cast spells during a rage.
I mean, technically, am I not? I'm.
Shield
it
is casting a spell even if it's through a magic item.
I'm allowing this to be different.
I mean, to be fair, it's still a good resource because barbarians have reason to use rage out of combat. Of if out of rage is a decent buff. I'm not saying it's a bad item to have. I'm just making notes.
I'm still allowing this to. It's actually because it's also a there's a sentient person in here. Well, there's something as a sentience in here. Essentially, Marceline is essentially doing the thing of like Maxwell guarding and communicating to Marceline is Marceline casting the spell. And that's just how I'm gonna run with that.
Valid.
Any notes? But you're the DM.
Arl, you're the one who knows how to cook, right?
Arl nods.
Yeah,
You're
Arl is the
100%
one who
right.
I
cooks.
think we all need some food, something to drink. I think we've had a very long day. And like, I still need to learn how to cook and eat food. So I
Arl
will
nods. Arl
observe.
nods.
I will observe, but I think we all need something to kind of eat.
Arl kicks the whiteboard out the window and then pulls a keg out of his back pocket.
Uh,
Tanisha
I
looks
have
at the
used
whiteboard longingly. She wanted to keep it. It's now out the window and broken.
Maxwell looks
it
at.
doesn't.
Oh, can I try making something for dinner? I have meals from my home that are really good.
That sounds nice.
Arl shrugs.
If you want, I will need help making mashed potatoes and mac and cheese because I'm mostly going to be focusing on the main course.
Why would you mash the
Arl
potatoes?
seems
A box of Kraft mac and
surprised.
cheese appears in Arl's hand. Sorry.
Arl seems surprised. You can look into. Well, you could try to get reasoning of why, but he does just go straight to getting like potatoes.
Can I roll an
Mac and
insight
cheese.
to see why he's surprised?
I don't know how that would work. You could try to ask questions, but I don't know if an insight. I mean, I guess you could get more detail from an insight. Go ahead.
That is a 16.
I'm gonna head out.
Bye.
Okay, bye. We're about to end soon anyway.
Night.
No.
Night.
So you said that's a 16?
Yeah.
It's based off like a bit of confusion on what you said.
Do you know what mashed potatoes are?
Arl nods.
Do you know what macaroni is?
Arl nods.
You're confused about
As he's
something.
pulling out the ingredients for mashed potatoes and macaroni.
Are you confused about something I'm doing?
I can't tell if Gabriel didn't hear. Can't
I heard. I'm
respond.
just trying to think.
Okay, because you will sometimes just be quiet. I gotta check.
That is fair.
That's
That's so Arl.
I mean, it makes
Arl
sense
just
with
has
a character like this. Sorry, go ahead.
Arl just has a hand near his face, like just trying to think of how to phrase this. Go ahead, Beatrix. Say what you're saying.
It would make sense with a character like Arl that you would have to think how to say things because of his unique way of talking.
His unique way of communicating.
His lack of talking.
Maxwell just looking. Can you make a smoker? Do you know what a smoker is? I really hope so.
Arl nods.
Arl thinking about how to say something.
Arl points at himself, puts his heads, kind of in a pillow. You know the thing someone would do to mime sleep? He does that.
Oh,
and
you're
then
tired.
you see shakes head.
Oh,
and then
someone
you
else
see
can
him
take over.
point.
You're fine.
Not tired. So
Oh,
points at himself,
good.
points at sleep thing, points down. You notice the smoker.
What the? Okay.
Salamtak.
Anyone who looks around will notice that the keg he just made is gone.
Oh.
Huh?
I can have one item at a time.
I'm sorry.
It's just so fun to just expend all of my spell slots for this gimmick ass ability.
Gabriel, can you DM me what Arl is confused about?
Normal ass food
I'm running.
is the thing. But also we moved on. But we moved on from that.
I was still confused, okay?
Oh, yeah, no, it's just normal ass food. Food from my home. Something that list something that Arl probably made already.
He's making pulled pork and pork ribs.
That's barely 2 steps away from what I made 2
I
nights ago.
know, but like this is just something he does where he lives. He lives in a Hickleberry kind of area.
And then he's going to space.
Yeah, I think as we have this wholesome moment of Maxwell taking the reins of cooking and everybody having like a
Denise, I think I made Dane upset. Do you have family?
Give me a sec. You may or may not have asked me the question with a mouthful of sandwich. There we go, I swallowed. I'm trying to remember if any of her family is even alive. Ro, did I mention anything about family? Because if I didn't, I probably thought they were either dead or just not active in her life.
I do feel like you mentioned something about family, but it may have been in the past tense.
It may have been in. Wait, I'm 90% sure I pinned this.
Like I feel like it came up during your scene, But again, it may have been in the past tense of like what your family was like and like how you got here and blah 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 blah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I now remember. She did get the job to support her family. I now remember this because her family is poor as fuck.
Right.
He's like, yeah. I mean, yeah, I got my job to help them pay. My parents worked so much to get food on the table, so I did my best to help.
Okay. Like I said, I don't come from a family or something, so I'm still learning the dynamics. So, because Dane said, about, Maxwell family, like none of his business, which I get, he's particular. I just didn't know how common is that to know about family.
What does to know? What do you mean by to know about family? To know about other people, just to know about your own?
No, Dane said he didn't need to, it was none of his business to know about Maxwell's family. So I just didn't know how common is it to ask, people about ask about their other people about their family. Because like, I don't have one, and so I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm still learning the dynamic.
yeah.
Is that
Casey thinks for
common?
a second. Casey thinks for a second. She's like, I mean, usually when you're friends with someone, you do know about their family, but it's usually they. I mean, it's not that abnormal to ask about people's family. You might have hit a sour spot, but I wouldn't say that's fully on you. Because asking about people's family
Oh,
is normal when you've known people long enough.
got it. Got it. Are we friends?
Yeah, I would consider you my friend. At least
Good to know. Good to know. Cool. Okay. She goes that
I
can
am.
ask about family if you know people, but can be sore spot. Got it.
Yes,
Families are
either of them.
weird.
I guess we are. Honestly, we are. There's an entire section of like research that back in the day dedicated to studying how the fuck we work.
Huh. Interesting.
By
What was
the,
that
she's
term
like
you said? To how? What was the term about how you work?
research scientist. Which one?
Research. Does
Research. Yeah,
that make me a
it's.
scientist?
I
Or
mean, there is something called sociology, which is the studies of. There is a study of of humans and things like that. So I guess kinda, but you're not really discovering things. You're just learning. Makes I think it makes you more of a student. I really don't know what term we would
oh,
use for that.
She's discovering in
so
the
if I
Christopher Columbus kind of
discover
way.
something new about humans or people and
Well, you don't
stuff,
have to. Some scientists spend
then
years trying to discover something new. It's not really part of the job description. You try to. It's not always gonna work. I am Exhibit A.
oh, okay.
Also,
Uh
so you said you woke up in your world. Did you wake
huh.
up right at what would be right after you left?
I think so, cause like I went to sleep after you know, doing my job. And then when I woke back up, I was late on the next day of my job. My best friend had to come and get me. And so I'm assuming, like, it was overnight, you know. It seemed like the next day, but
Ah,
like,
mouth
I don't know more
shit.
than that. Hmm?
She mouths she mouths shit. Like whispers shit to herself. She's like, I was kind of sort of getting arrested when I got transported here. I wasn't really in a bed. So that might mean they just saw me and pass the fuck out or die.
I think I kind of know what arrested is, but remind me what is arrested.
So okay, so when you do
I
something
think it has
against
something
the
to do with
law,
cargo and taking.
I was about to say
it
it's what the
does
cops did
kind
a
of.
cargo the other day.
Yeah, I was about to also use that as an example. It's like, you know how cargo breaks something called the law a lot?
Yeah.
Arrested is when you go to jail for doing that. Arrested is when you get caught doing that and you get taken to wherever they're gonna rule out what the fuck's gonna happen to you.
Why
I
were
did a
you
really,
breaking
really
law?
big one. I wanted to research. They wouldn't fund my research. I went behind their backs. Not my smartest idea. It was an idea.
Let's
They
not really
put
also
it a law to not do your research?
Because I wasn't so there are people above me. They said I'm not allowed to do it.
Hmm.
I disobeyed them. I was either gonna get fired or get arrested. I really don't know which is gonna happen. What was gonna happen? As I'm here, and I'm trying my goddamn hardest to not think about my world for a second, because I want to go back there. I'm scared. I do kind of know what's happening with my friends, but I'm sure they're okay. They were better at me than this at stuff like that.
uh can you see you ever heard of the not white elephant. You ever heard of the pink elephant experiment? Or the white bear experiment?
Yeah, yeah, I have heard of the pink elephant experiment.
Can I get that roll, please?
Yeah, I say with the D100 in my hand. Damn, that was close. That was a 99.
Oh
Damn.
my god!
Damn.
Khaleesi is dodging her world like the Matrix.
Can you see four
Dodging her a world like Argo dodged the IRS.
can you see for a split second? In and out like flickers. You're not sure if it's something like what has been happening to everyone else where they pass out in order to go back to their world. But for a second, the world is just darkness. And then you're back.
I went to a new place. Did I disappear at all? She looks at
No.
Taylor. Did I disappear at all?
Did she?
Uh, so earlier I described it to Mikey as her appearance sort of like as if it as if she were a reflection in water and someone threw a
Uh huh.
stone in it.
Uh huh.
So that. But she didn't disappear.
Technically not fully, but you look wavy, like kind of not fully, like not exactly like yourself, but like I could still see. Yeah.
She points her finger like out and just says, "So I went. I think I went in between worlds for a second. It was just black. I think I almost went home. I don't want to go home. I'm gonna avoid that like the plague.
You
I want
know,
to know
I
what's happening with Ellen.
what?
Sorry."
The, I was just following up. You know, I just realized basically because I was when I was talking to Dan and Earl, like none of us really wants to return to our world. Like that, I still think there is a human running this world because if there was a human running my past world and they're not the humans from this world, that means my human who's running my world is out there somewhere. Where? And I think that human put us here to make us happy.
She like tilts her head at that and writes the parts that she's thinking about down and then says, "You know, you are right. None of us really want to go back."
Like I like my world, but I feel
I liked
so
mine.
different.
I just I just was about to lose everything and I kind of wanted to leave at that moment. She writes that
Well,
down and says, writes that down on the chart of why the fuck we're here. Like, what with question?
well, we
Sorry, I turned on the camera
also
with a question mark.
well, we also know there are other people who came from other different worlds before us, and we still haven't met them. So I'm sure they probably have some connection with what we're experiencing now too. They probably have a lot
Would
more
they
of
be
us,
alone?
and maybe you can visit their worlds.
Hopefully, I don't fuck up like last time. But would they be alive? It's been very long, according to the people. How long has it been, according to the people who talk about it? Because you said it's a story around here.
The heroes.
Yeah, the travelers, the old travelers, Sashiros.
So the old heroes, it was one traveler and the people that she met here. Uh, People speak of it as like stories, but if you ask anyone, it wasn't actually all that long ago. Like they were last seen like 3 years ago, but nobody seems to know where they are currently.
Yeah, they also say that they don't know where she is. There's a very good
Say,
likelihood that, sorry, where they are. There's a very good likelihood that they left.
Mhm. Yeah, I know some of the ladies who are at the workout class that I started was talking about it. It's pretty interesting story, or at least I know tidbits of it, but not the full.
can you see if I could get a history check really quick?
Yippee!
I will give you guidance, so you can roll a
Double
d4 with me.
yippee! Let's see how much we can get. Ooh, that's a good guidance. What's my +2 history? It's a +5. 18 plus 5 is 23, plus 4 is numbers 27.
I clarify they because River is non-binary. Uh, but I also clarify they because I do mean all of them. Even the ones who are not travelers have not been seen in 3 years. 3 years also being the last time a like foreign empress that they were like that they were like that was like their main enemy was seen on this continent.
She like thinks that over and says, "Well, all of them disappeared, so it couldn't be that they just went to the world of the traveler. But that, hmm, I wonder what happened to them. Honestly, they might have just went off to retirement, but that's not very possible either. There's a lot of things that might have happened. We might actually get to meet them. That would be fun. Honestly, you're right."
Is the food?
Arl, you said that you had a thing you wanted to do.
Yes. So, at some point when, well, about, okay, quick thing. quick question to Mikey. Assuming you're doing like a classic, wrap the fucking thick ass, probably like pork butter, whatever, in the fucking smoker so that it cooks in its own fat.
Mhm.
Which usually takes a while, depending on how much it weighs.
Oh, the thing that's actually going to be in the smoker is he's planning that for another date. He is currently making the pulled pork in whatever oven there is.
Well,
which
there's a
hurts him.
smoker now.
How long?
Okay.
The smoker is temporary.
Here's the thing. That was what the bit was going to be. The bit was he was cooking in the smoker. He just Arl just wheels out a tray, a cart, takes everything out of the smoker. The smoker disappears. He resummons one, puts everything in.
By the way, I need to ask. Well, does it have to be that I talk out loud, or is that just me doing that? Like, I did that because I can't really think in my head. Is it possible for me to talk to Marceline through my head without speaking properly?
It is possible for you to talk to her through your head.
Okay. And then that is what is spent. What he spends his time doing while he is handling the smoker is just telling her about his world.
She seems pretty interested. I'm assuming you tell her about your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems pretty interested. Honestly, as you tell her more and more, it doesn't seem to be like on purpose, but like with the new information, seems to be taking it. You can't tell if she's taking on more of a personality of Macy as you tell her about her, or as she just exists for a longer time, she is developing more of a personality. And that happens to be one that is very reflective of Macy.
Maxwell feels surprisingly comforted by that. Yeah, but that's all Maxwell does while he's working on the smoker.
All right. And if that is everything everyone wants to do, we are going to not quite close out yet. But as you guys all go to bed after eating fucking good ass food, you all go to bed ready to hopefully not wake up in your other worlds again tonight. Maxwell, Mikey, there's going to be a few things that I list off that you're probably going to want to note down. So I'm giving you this heads up now as the note taker.
Okay.
You all find yourself, as you're sleeping, in a white void. No one else around. You obviously don't know it while it's happening, but you're all experiencing the same thing. And you just hear a kind of small voice, very young sounding, of a girl who just says, "You're not supposed to be here." And I'm gonna list things off of things that everybody sees, including people who aren't here, which is why I would like it in the notes.
Can I get a moment to write down the part that we just did?
Yeah, I'm not going to list anything for Naomi because I quite frankly don't know when the next time she's going to be here is, and she has her own things going on as she is currently in a hole.
The girl said you're not supposed to be here, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Taylor. You get flashes of you being passed out in Buggy's arm, in Buggy's arms. Him looking panicked and scared and saddened, all emotions that you really have not seen on his face before. And in quick succession, you see that. You see what you recognize as your apartment, and just multiple flashes of your apartment that with like minor differences seemingly being over a course of days. Can you see?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to get to you last. Or second to last. You're going to be at the end, Taro. Maxwell,
Yes.
you don't see much of anything because it's dark. But you can feel your sister laying on your chest. You're paralyzed, like sleep paralysis. You can't move. It's kind of hard to breathe. But you can feel her there. For Dane, Dane sees his own body just sort of sand sticking to him. It seems to still be the same position that he was in when he left originally. Cargo sees his body partially buried in garbage. He's not sure if how much time has passed, if any time has passed at all, if he's missing anything. And dirt is still laying next to him. He can see dirt breathing. Arl feels flames around him. He hears screams of agony just echoing so far beyond him that he knows it goes on forever. Am I missing anybody except Kanisi? Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Cargo, Dane, Taylor, Maxwell, Arl. Runa's not getting one. Okay, no, it is just Kanisi. Kanisi.
Hmm?
You don't see a body. You don't see people. For a second, you see a memory, but you know it's what you saw before. People in the lab with the collider, with the black hole, who don't know what they're doing, who knock you into various panels, into various levers, buttons, screens, unaware of the things they're affecting, and you're mostly unaware of what they're doing, machine-wise, due to your focus being on your body, on the pain you're experiencing, on the panic you're experiencing, and even more on that panic as, like I had described in your introduction, you hear sirens begin to go off. You hear alarms begin to go off. Something is wrong, but you pass out before you can really even turn your head to see what it is. And then after that, again, you don't see bodies. You don't see people. You just see blackness, emptiness, a void, like the one in your head. It swallows everything. Matter, light, even your sense of time. And that is where we are going to cut off this episode.
Oh, great.
Well,
10 out of
Yay.
10.